is how the sausage is made. Okay. Back one more. Back one more. Back one more. That one looks fine. And then back one more. And then that should be even. Oh, it made it worse. Alright. Up one. And now that should be good. Okay. And now let us turn off the music. Alright. This is our matchup for the day. Let's open up a star card. No, just have 2 text sources with the player names and a third with the word versus in the middle. That is a really good tip, and I've never thought of it before. So this is the difference of quality in streams that you'll get from this morning and then later in this afternoon when Cold Warp Gates is streaming. Okay. Let me make sure we pull up our matches. CPL replays, CPL cast. Today is the 8th, I think. So you can want one left. Why not have 3 so you can align one? Alright, our first match is gonna be Kanzaki Renko versus Suricatta. The map. Okay, this is our first map for all these games is going to be Neo Sylphid. We're gonna hop on over to the Staircraft. Alright. And now we're gonna hop into our game. Kanzaki Renko versus their opponent of the 4 pool Lifeguards, 2 Fact 2 Furious. Kanzaki Renko for the full pool Lifeguards and Suricatta for 2 Fact 2 Furious in the top base as the oranges are. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I don't have the replay either. Shit. I don't have the overlay. Alright guys, hold on. Fuck. Hold on. Google needs to get better server. We're finding this overlay. Just show random ladder matches of yours and pass it off as CPL. We're getting very close to that being the case. You can freely grab them from the drive. Don't worry. CPL overlay. I'm gonna find this. Do we wait, hold on. This should be pinned. It is not pinned. Oh god. Oh god. Oh fuck. Oh god. Jesus, this is gonna be awful. I'm so sorry. CPL logo, CPL, where's the overlays? In-game CPL overlays. Okay. Back. Is it this one? Yes. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Jesus, CPL overlay. This one, yes. Don't look at it, okay? Just text CPL A. God, these names are so long. Okay. For pool life guards. I think this should fit. Oh God. Okay, we did it. That over. I'm sending the up. All right, hold on. Please, unite. Please, the Blime. If you have the updated, send it to me. I couldn't find it. Okay. In the top. Shit. Hold on. Are we on fastest? Okay. In the top of Neosilphid, please. Oh, we have Suricatta playing as the Orange Protoss for the 2-fact for 2-fact 2 Furious. Hold on, right? Yes. Okay, they're the right side. You have Suricatta playing. We have Suricatta playing Protoss for 2-fact 2 Furious in the Tier 1 match. Throwing a pylon down and scouting on pylon. That's usually, it's in my DMs. Okay. We'll get it. We'll get it. They scout on pylon. That usually means, I feel like that means they're gonna try to gas steal, but they are scouting in the wrong direction, so they will not be able to gas steal Kanzaki Renko. But it could also mean that they're going to do throwing a pylon down with as much as but it could mean that they are going to do a 2-gate. And so we're gonna have to watch to see if they go assimilator or if they're gonna go to 12 probes and get a gateway. So yep, it's gonna be a 10-12 gate. No, it's not. What are we doing? What did you spend your money on? Okay, it is gonna be a 12 gate coming from Suricatta. Meanwhile, over back at base, Kanzaki Renko setting up a really nice anti-zealot defense here. The Marines can just duck between the barracks and the supply depot, and the zealots will have to walk all the way around to fight them. That's really good, and once they scout that it is indeed going to be a 10-12 gate, they can do a lot of things. They can get, now they aren't getting their gas quite yet, and I'm not 100% sure about the Terran gas timings, but this does mean that if Suricatta wants to gas steal, and I mean, when you're going 2-gate, you might as well go for it, right? So they're actually not going 2-gate. They instead get the gas at their opponent, get the gas in their main, and they're just, I guess, going to be pumping zealots off of... Oh, I guess they are pumping zealots. They're going into a more regular game. I think they just really wanted to get the gas steal, and they got kind of lucky in that Kanzaki Renko went for, I guess, a slower gas to maybe try and get their CC out faster. So the expansion here is going to be delayed, or not the expansion, but the factories and the production of Kanzaki Renko is going to be delayed, but they will get their expansion out a bit safer. Now, they scouted the base, they know the Zealot's coming, then they need to probably throw up the bunker here, or else the Zealot is really going to be able to bully this line. It looks like the SCV is going to start throwing down the bunker, but the Zealot is already here, and is going to cause a lot of troubles. So this SCV can start building it, but oh, that's a really good little spot. Can the Marine walk through there? Oh, that is so good. This is a great position, but he is going to lose one SCV, and the command center will get delayed, but the bunker is going to go up. Meanwhile, the Zealot is running back into the main. No work has been done on the assimilator, so Suricatta knows what Renko has, and the Zealot is going to keep on coming down. Back at home, we have Cybernetics Core finished, and our Dragoons are pumping out, but Suricatta also getting an expansion behind this, so that they do not fall too far behind economically. Suricatta is basically taking this and getting the damage he can get done, but instead of trying to sort of go all in and try to end the game immediately, he's just taking his free damage, getting out of there. He is going to lose this Zealot. What the... Dude, how did Protoss get away with it? So the Zealot is just going to keep healing up, and when the Marines get over here, they're going to try to push their luck, but there are going to be Dragoons out already, and that is going to mean that Kanzaki Renko will not be able to get too much damage done. 2 pylons going down. I think No, that's good placement. That's really good. You know, you just go ahead and preempting that for the eventual Vulture run by. Now, his opponent doesn't have any gas yet, but, you know, this is just good money saved for later when the Vultures do come out. You won't have to build all of this. Now you can just fit an observatory right there, and you're good to go. Second gateway coming down. Meanwhile, Kanzaki Renko has their second base mining. Suricatta is about to catch up in that. Kanzaki Renko actually going for a second barracks, interestingly enough. Is that a thing? Is there like a... Now, I know that there's many, like, barracks timing attacks, but, like... Oh, he's actually getting 3 barracks. So if he's pumping up Marines... I mean, and Suricatta, they are getting a Robo, though, right? So when a Dragoon just shuts down all bio, so this, like, play won't actually get anything done. But it will come down to the micro, I think. Now, with the Singularity Charge finishing up, the Dragoons are going to start poking out, and I think Suricatta needs to do this because he needs to confirm, like, what exactly his opponent is up to, right? He's lost the vision in the main, and all the other barracks were built outside of the Assimilator's vision range. So he needs to know what's going on. So he's an Observatory and a Robotic Support Bay coming up. Shuttle is also on the way. Now, with 2 Dragoons hammering on the bunker, ooh, that's bad. Now the Marines are going to try to bust out. This is not a great idea. I mean, you're kind of scaring the Dragoons away, and I guess the Marines are still alive, but you really, I guess Kanzaki Renko is like, I need to keep this Marine number, like, hidden, right? Because if Suricatta knows that it's a lot of, Marines, you just build a Reaver immediately. And in fact, Suricatta, with the game-ending star sense, does exactly that. Now, I don't know if maybe he's saying, okay, you don't have any Vultures, you don't have any siege tanks, what the fuck are you doing? Because, like, your gas was really heavily delayed, but it wasn't that delayed. It wasn't that delayed. Academy up. Now that the tank is finally coming out, siege mode is on the way. We have to be very careful with the micro here. The Dragoons absolutely can dive in here, and that's what he's going to do. He dives in, 2 volleys on the tank, it falls, and now with 6 Dragoons here at the base, ooh, one is going to barely not fall, but with 6 Dragoons, he will be able to one-shot SCVs and tear through this bunker. However, that bunker was so close. But with the micro from Suricatta, he actually missed the volley that would have killed the bunker. He did get the tank out, though, for only 1 Dragoon and 1 damage, getting a 3rd. Insane. And with the extra units reinforcing, what is in this? Yeah, there's a Reaver in this shuttle. There really isn't much here to defend, and like we were saying, like, bio just melts to Reavers. However, the Reaver gets a Scarab off on the SCVs. The bio runs in to, like, kill it. Oh, okay, let's count our kills. No, Suricatta's micro on the Reaver is too good. 6 kills, that's huge. You can see that it's a 34-26 worker lead. Now, this isn't probably the end for Renko. Oh, huge Scarab shot there. But actually this is probably the end. The natural busted, the 3rd finishing up. And bio that is already hard countered by, oh man, and the tank falls. But ooh, the Marines can jump on the shuttle before it can drop the Reaver. Okay, 1 Scarab, takes out half the Marines, the other one takes out the other half. And yeah, I mean, Suricatta is going to take this game, right? I think the siege tank might allow them to Kanzaki Renko to not die here, but what's step 2 and 3? You know, once you're not dead, what do you do after that? Suricatta is basically macroing insanely off of this. Their Reaver count is fully filled up. They still have the Reaver alive, and Kanzaki Renko has a bunch of medics. Now, unfortunately, the medics do not have an auto attack. Yeah, see, with no bunker here, the Dragoons just walk in. even with them taking a lot of damage, Renko GG's, and that is going to be game 1 for 2FAC2 Furious in this matchup of 2FAC2 Furious versus 4-pool Lifeguards. Make sure. Yes. Here's our score screen. Yep, very, very large numbers. Now, let me switch our overlay. Blah, 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 blah. So that is 1 point in favor of Suricatta. We're going to go ahead to game 2, which is going to be on Goodnight, which is basically, if you're not sure what Goodnight is, it's the map that isn't Revolver. You know what Goodnight is now. It's if someone took Revolver and was like, wait a minute, what if we just made an actual map out of this? What if we didn't make the worst thing possible? We're going to hop right into it, and we're going to see if ZakRoM can start the reverse sweep, the comeback, or if Suricatta on match point is going to end things a little early. In the top right corner, as the purple Terran player, we have ZakRoM as the fuck, what are these? Explain why the Terran had to deploy all Marines last time. Oh shit, there's that map in Broodwar. Character says they'll join next game. Sounds great. There's that map in Broodwar. Fuck. Where you play as Protoss, and then Artanis is like, oh, Executor, our Stargates aren't working. You will not be able to produce air units. That's what happened last game, except Renko's commander said, yo, Renko, you don't get cars. I'll join next team class. So, in this game, ZakRoM is taking charge of the Antiguan Terran squad team. And in the bottom right corner, we have Suricatta playing as the Orange Protoss Tribe, which, oh, I thought you meant the UED map where they dropped you and was like, what the fuck, we don't have any gas. That also happened, except, in the last game, it was just like, the Protoss stole all of our gas. Suricatta is control of the Orange Protoss Tribe, trying to take control of the Goodnight space station. ZakRoM is, I also probably should put the chat over, like, the replay box so that, again, Say Zero and Dada don't get mad at me when these get uploaded to YouTube. Yeah, so they're trying to take control of the Goodnight space station. This first relay scouting SCV was told to check out what, survey the space station for any valuable minerals or foreign life forms, and it stumbles upon the Protoss probe team, which are activating defensive protocols and getting gateways to eliminate the Terran. The Terran, in response, are beginning to deploy their own infantry forces to be able to secure their position long enough to deploy the heavier artillery. Do you fear this is all robots so far? No life forms, exactly. The robots are engaging in, Jesus Christ, that was a very fast 2-gate. So it's 2-gate into, I guess he decided he wasn't gonna do Zealot spam because he got scouted and it's pretty easy to counter this, so he's gonna do Dragoon spam instead. The probes are again initiating advanced, like, panic protocols. They're setting up the gateways and they're calling in the heavy reinforcements in response to the Terran incursion. Terran, meanwhile, they're getting intel that the Protoss is sending in their big guns immediately, and so they're saying, okay, we need to get out the heavy machinery as fast as possible. Now, first they're going to get a few vultures just to make sure. Oh no, this is the bravest SCV. Jesus Christ, promote this man. With only a little under half HP. With only a little under half HP, the SCV kills the Protoss, but then unfortunately gets taken out as the Dragoons finish warping in and will begin the march across the map. Renko, meanwhile, is ordering the machine shop to be produced so that they can get their engineers working on siege tanks to shell the Protoss advance. Now the Protoss are going to finally come up here. They will see that the Terran is continuing to expand their presence on the space station. The Dragoons are going to catch one SCV trying to get out. And that SCV, unfortunately, you know what, it's fine. He had like some problems that he wasn't a great dude, okay? Let's just say that, you know? Like the Terran army is a mix of like conscripts and inmates, and that SCV, he listen, scouting SCVs are sent to scout for a reason. Some say Kazakari is a heartless commander, ordering that Naka engineers to fight to the death. They have to order the little legs that come out of the side of the tank. That is true. It's the stabilizers, you know. They don't come standard issue with the tanks. But Jesus Christ, Suricatta just brutalized, like ordering the Dragoons. Like this is the zealot brain of the Dragoons. Oh no, oh no, they're gonna try to. They're getting greedy. Oh, they're getting greedy. Okay, the Dragoons are going to have to retreat. That was the zealot brains of the Dragoons, forcing them to just charge in and take it out. Now, they did get a lot of damage. I guess they are preventing mining at this expansion, but with the tanks out, Suricatta is going to have to figure out what their tribe's next moves here are to secure the Goodnight space station. Now they are getting up into 3-gate, they're getting up into Robo, so they might be just trying to do, you know, the same strategies that won them back on the moons of Neo Sylphid, and just go for that like Reaver drop with the natural bust. But with the addition, I mean, and honestly, a Zealot drop on these tanks would be insane. Like, this is there's only one Marine to defend them and shoot it down, so the Zealots can just kill the Marine and then have free reign on the tanks, which will have to unsiege, and the Dragoons can just walk up the ramp and kill them. Now, with the 2 Zealots out, the Robo Bay just finishing, we're going to see if they go into the higher tech or if they're going to try to do the shuttle to bust the base. Now, it is a 9-worker difference between Renko and Suricatta. And it is going to be going for the Reavers instead of straight. Or Reavers, and then the shuttle is coming out, but it is going to be that Reaver drop as opposed to trying to bust it earlier with the Zealots. Now the Marine is going to get back, or the SCV is going to get back up into here and scout further. And the SCV is going to die gruesomely, because again, Kanzaki Reiko cares more about intel than he cares about the lives of his men. That's how he got it, his nickname, and you can figure that one out for yourself. Meanwhile, Suricatta sending a probe out. This probe is probably going to expand up here to try and jumpstart their economy a bit more to catch up to their opponent, but it's only a 5 supply difference and a 7-worker lead. Now Kanzaki Renko is not adding more workers on. Instead, they're going straight to 5 factories, which Suricatta does not have the vision of. That basically means that if Suricatta does not catch this will be a very dangerous push for our Protoss commander here. And with the heavy machinery like fully deployed, they will roll over the Protoss position. Like this. Look, 8 Dragoons are not going to be enough to. Honestly, 8 Dragoons are not enough to stop 5 tanks. So, it definitely can be some issues. Now we have the drop ready, but with tanks in the low ground, tanks on the high ground, It looks like the shuttle is going to try to maneuver all the way around. Tanks in the back. ZakRoM is basically fully prepared to defend every angle that Suricatta could try to come in from. And again, Suricatta is not going to know what ZakRoM is doing until it is too late. The turret is coming up outside of the tanks. Now, wouldn't it just be funny if this turret somehow keeps the tanks blocked on this edge? I'm just saying, that would be pretty funny. Nope, wrong. F6 is the camera reset. Yeah, so ZakRoM now has been sacrificing SCVs and is continuing to send his men into the grinder. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, we now know how ZakRoM prioritizes his army. He basically views the workers as completely replaceable. That is a lot of vultures, holy shit. So we have a pretty heavy mix of mech here for ZakRoM. They have a strong line of tanks with a lot of vultures to sort of body to intercept the opponent, lay down spider mines. Now, oh geez, yeah, this attack is not going to go well. The Reaver is going to get into the natural and take out some SCVs, but the tanks on the low ground are dead, but the Reaver is also dead. The tanks on the high ground are going to continue to shell Suricatta's army, and there are 5 factories behind this, reinforcing ZakRoM's militaristic power. Meanwhile, behind the Suricatta only has 3 gateways, and you really need to at least match the factory count with your gateways. And I mean, yeah, ZakRoM is ordering the march. His units are going to start rolling across the map, and I think this is going to be a very dangerous position for Suricatta. With only 3 gateways, they are going to be getting a Reaver that will help them defend. They do still have an Observer out, which is going to be extremely important for being able to snipe the spider mines and catch them as the vultures lay them. But is that going to be enough? I mean, ZakRoM 15 more supply. Suricatta is finally, he's 6 more workers ahead, but when this kind of push happens, I mean, what is the game plan here, right? There's no tech, there's just Reavers, so you could be doing, okay, yep, the Reaver drop on the tanks, that's huge, but it gets taken out pretty quickly, actually. I'm not sure how low that tank health actually was, but oh my god. 3 tanks on the borderline of being taken out, but with mines getting laid into the main, vultures just, the tanks tearing through the natural probe line. Yeah, it looks like ZakRoM is going to be able to fully secure this platform and get revenge on the Protoss that killed all of their infantry back in game 1. The natural falling, he's trying. The natural falling, the vultures getting up into the main. Ooh, very nice pickup there from the shuttle on the Dragoon, but unfortunately, as soon as that Reaver drops, no. Oh geez, both players, GG's from Suricatta. The Protoss is forced to retreat. And this is like a yeah, that's me. You might be wondering how I got into this situation. Well, it's a pretty crazy story. Yeah, this is like the freeze frame start of a sitcom movie. Alright, and that was our game. It is now tied up 1-1. It could be anybody's game. Is Suricatta going to get the revenge for Too Fat Too Furious, or is ZakRoM going to pull out the reverse sweep in favor of the 4-pool Lifeguards? We're gonna see. Let's head over to our splash screen and get Game 3 ready. And Game 3 is gonna be on our community map. Butter. As voted by the community, Butter is it's a map. I think most people watching this should be familiar with it if you played your games, but we're gonna hop right into it and we're gonna like just take a moment to appreciate Butter as a map, because it's a map that deserves to be appreciated. So in the top right corner, we have Suricatta, who disappointed, by the way. Let's get our co-caster in here. Hello, character.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm calling about your Arbiter's extended warrant.
Character, let's go. All right, let's. I'm gonna rehost the game real quick. It's on US West. Jesus, no. Character is the people's. He's the people's champion, the people's caster. The blind. Okay, the blind. We'll set up the right overlay too. Okay, I was getting too hyped about getting into the game 3 of Butter, but we got this. All right, we're gonna get this game hosted extremely quickly. Let us see. Okay, StarCraft. Oh wait, no, let me. Yeah. So the game name, you should be able to join from friends list, right?
Am I your friend? Yeah, I don't think you're on my friends list.
Oh, rip. Okay, I'll send you the name and the thing. Yeah. Also, let me make sure. Just if you're in the chat, let me know how the audio sounds. If anybody's too loud, too quiet. We'll also get that fixed in between games. Hello, Suricatta. You made it just in time for your ultimate game. I was gonna say penultimate, but that's second to last. Our third game of the week. This was the third game played in the week. No, our third game of the cast. Character slightly louder than you, no big deal. Character, can we talk over each other really quickly just to get sort of a nice like idea of
tone?
Yep. Okay.
What are we doing?
No, well, I just need to see how the audio sounds.
How the volume.
Okay, yep. Okay.
Lines up.
Yeah. Okay. I think that looks okay.
But also to set the tone, because we'll be talking to each other constantly. No,
Absolutely. All right. Let's go to A stream and let us fix our overlay at the behest of Niblime. Delete that. All right. We did it. We've slightly regained some of our caster dignity.
We have dignity? As casters?
No, that's why we're regaining it. All right.
Oh, okay. I see.
All right. We're just gonna hop right into it. Welcome to Butter. This is the community map of
Tasty.
The final map of Suricatta for 2 Furious and ZakRoM for the four pool Lifeguards. Now, I might be a little biased because Renko was on my CPL team last season, now I'm remembering it. And that's pretty neat.
Okay.
In the top right corner, we have Suricatta representing the white Protoss after defeating...
And in the bottom... Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
And in the bottom, right corner, as the brown Terran, it's ZakRoM.
Hell yeah. Alright, and this is Butter. Can we use cheats in a replay? We cannot. So as this map unfolds, we'll kinda, I guess, talk about why this map is extremely weird. Dude, imagine if cheats did work in replay, and you could power overwhelm and make everything infinite. Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't seen the last two games, and I've only played Suricatta once, and he proxied 3 gates on my side of the map. But I don't know how he plays in general.
He seems to be a very cheesy player.
Okay, so that's just normal for him to proxy 3 gates on your side of the map.
I mean, he started with the gas steal game 1, and he's gone 2 gates both games, and just like hasn't you know, and just has done that. So I feel like Suricatta is just a cheesy player in general.
Okay. And he just takes the
Oh.
gas, yeah, before it just gets taken, because he knows what that probe's up to. Look at him. This probe is a shifty character.
This probe is a shifty. This probe, you know what? This probe tries to get other. This probe, he ignores. He doesn't read the terms and service agreements when he signs up for things.
Yeah, look. Like most Protoss, like they have a code. It's like no, like Suricatta's probes, they're just a gang of thugs. They're like
they walk down the streets of Ire, snapping their fingers in unison, being like,
I mean,
"You're on the
look at
wrong
this probe.
side of the
It's already-
town, Marine."
This probe has already done 50 damage to this depot. Like
Oh.
this probe doesn't care about the rules. He's like probably vandalizing the backside of
Jesus.
that depot while he's at it.
This probe is using, like, those little lines are just like him holding the fucking spray paint can flowing up. This depot is on fire.
Fire, like
Because this probe is so dedicated to being a mischievous troublemaker.
Like he just threw like a Molotov cocktail inside of the depot, just like you know the depots have like fans on them.
Yeah.
He just left.
Yeah. Meanwhile, behind this, Suricatta has made no units, and they're just going for a Nexus, and I think this is a 16 Nex.
Hey,
off
I
of
mean
probes.
the cheesiest thing a cheeser can do is macro, or at
That's-
least so I've heard.
That's very true, but behind this, I mean, oh no, there is a Zealot. Never mind. So this is a 16 Nexus build, which I actually practiced game 1 as well. I think it was in one of my games. It is a really good. It feels really good to play because you get the Nexus out early, but you're also able to defend it because you're getting that first Zealot out. You're being kind of aggressive with it. You get your army a bit faster. It's a lot safer than 12 Nex, which can be really easily deflected. Now, ZakRoM on the text there was talking about how this map hurts his eyes, and we're going to kind of see a little bit of this. So Butter is a very weird map in how, like, it just kind of goes up and then it goes down on these ramps. Suricatta also joining in, saying that that's the problem with desert and ice maps, and if you're wondering why...
It's not hard on your eyes if you have the Carbot mod though.
Oh!
I'm just saying. Or at least, you know.
Does the Carbot mod help with that?
Honestly, I'd say, well, the different, like, there's very different colors with the, like, the textures are a bit different colors with the Carbot mod, and honestly, I'd say it's not hard to look at. I'm just saying.
That's a lot of Marines. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so that's the unfortunate thing about Dragoons versus Marines, is that until you have range, and even then, if, like, the Marines outnumber the Dragoons, they can kind of just kill them.
But this probe pull is
Probe pull is really good, but like
he's overdoing
they are these probes.
They can go back,
dude.
These probes,
Suricatta's
they're like
probes.
charged.
Which one of these? Hold on. Which one of these is the thug that was vandalizing that supply depot? He's leading this gang.
I don't know if it'll be easy to tell because I don't think it took any hull damage. I only think he took shield damage and then left.
Dang. But yeah, like the siege tanks are out now. Like this is just, I mean.
Yeah, this is gonna be hard
right?
to. He's gonna need to pull the probes because I don't know. Even all the probes are like dying really quickly.
I don't think the Dragoons still don't have range, so they just aren't microable, and this is the game, right? Like.
Yeah, this is. It doesn't look like Protoss can hold this. He has 2 damaged goons and like a goon that's about to pop. He's got the like, yeah. He can make a Reaver, but it's never gonna get out in time. Like, there's just nothing Protoss can do.
No, actually, now here's the thing. This game actually can still. Oh, I was gonna say you can still kind of play this out, but you can't.
No, not really. Like, especially when there's a vulture laying mines, and he can just like keep rallying vultures and lay more mines. Like,
right, but there's a theoretical game where even if you lose this Nexus, you can still play it out because the probe count is about the same and your opponent hasn't started their natural war yet. So if you
Still.
lose this Nexus and you are able to stop the attack and retake it, you're actually not that far behind, but unfortunately...
but there's no way to stop the attack here. You've got one goon. Like, those two just died to tank shots. Like, even if in theory, the Terran just turned around, the Terran has enough to expand and they're just ahead. Like, they snipe the Nexus and leave, they're still way ahead in this game and should still win the long game. Like,
right.
There's...
But, in theory, if this was an entirely different game, you might have a chance. If, like, this was an entirely different game, they were playing on a different map, this might have gone a different way. But,
listen. These Terran, this Terran unit, they're the cops, and this was a raid. Like, they're all getting arrested. There was no getting out of this.
Somebody spray painted dicks on the supply depot. We're gonna find out who it was. All right.
I'm just saying those
to the splash screen.
They were making illegal minerals in that base. I'm just saying.
And Suricatta is going to take that game 1-2, 2-1, reverse 1-2.
They were making those blue crystals Walter White style.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, what are you mining out here? All right. So 2Fact2Furious up a game in Tier 1. Pretty good stuff.
Executor, we need to cook.
Executor. We need to What's the in StarCraft 2 the Terrazine?
Terrazine?
Yeah.
Like,
we need to get that. Wait, didn't Kanzaki win? Wait, that's right. Kanzaki was. Holy crap! I'm giving false stolen valor to Suricatta. I'm sorry. Let me flip this around. Kanzaki Renko. This is my Protoss bias coming through. Kanzaki Renko took that match 2-1. And our next match is going to be Sirref playing for the Coach-Pupil Lifeguards versus Polarice, representing the 2Fact2Furious team. This is going to be a ZVT. Sirref is Zerg, Polarice is Terran, and our game is up for our Coalcaster.
Oh, now it's appearing. Okay. Didn't appear right away. Well, I'm just saying, if he gets to game 3, Polarice is going to be out of his element. Because it's on a desert map. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Alright. Switching over to the game. Want to play our players in?
Oh yeah. In the bottom left corner, representing the Brown Terran, it's 2Fact2Furious's Polarice. And in the bottom right corner, in the pink, Trunks as Zerg, representing the Coach-Pupil Lifeguards, it's Sirref.
Okay. Got him. All right. What's your opinions on Terran versus Zerg?
No. No, I don't know. I am like TVZ. Okay, here's the thing. I don't watch a lot of StarCraft. I like Broodwar anyway. I just mostly just play it. And I feel like I'm too bad at TVZ to even give an opinion.
Wow.
Like, TVZ was my worst matchup, and my TVZ was so bad that I was like, I'd rather play ZVZ. Like, that's a part of the reason why I switched to mirror matchups. Like, PvP for me was more fun than TVP, and playing ZVZ was still more fun than playing TBZ.
It sounds to me like you just don't like playing Terran.
2/3 of the map. No. Okay, no, I don't have a problem with TVP, but I also like playing PvP, but not the other Protoss matchups. I just don't like TVZ, that's all.
Huh.
Anyway.
This is a, I think a 12 pool... Yeah, 12 hatch, sorry. A 12 hatch into pool. Sirref is going to... Our Polarice is going to get the first scout here. Yeah, Sirref's first Overlord went into the wrong direction.
Actually, technically, it's the right direction. It just went into the wrong right direction. Know what I mean?
So, is the Overlord scouting path supposed to be clockwise on this map as well, or is it always go to the top?
Didn't you say, like, I know this applies mainly to 4-player maps, but doesn't it also, like, does it also apply to 3-player maps where you scout the closest natural first? Because, like, if it does, the first Overlord would go
here
to the first natural, then the main, but this one went straight to the main instead. But then again, on 3-player maps, it's sometimes you forget exactly where they are, so I don't know what the intent was with the Overlords, or I don't.
Yeah, I think on Neo, so I think you're right. They're supposed to go to the little pervert pillar outside the natural. Oh, Zergling's out, gonna chase out the SCV. Looks like a drone is moving to go ahead and not mine some minerals from the natural expansion. Now this SCV is getting low into the red, but it does see the layer timing. Meanwhile, Polarice is just expanding. He's seeing that not more Zerglings are coming out, so he hasn't built a bunker quite yet. But with the death of the SCV, he does have to be careful because Zergling flood is always like a possibility.
So you think this is going to be like 2-hatch Muta?
It is looking to be that way. There's no Hydra Dead coming down for like the Lurker bust or Hydra bust, so I think 2-hatch Muta is sort of the most standard a Zerg can get. And so it makes sense, right? They're at 200 right as the layer is finishing. So yeah, I think this is just going to be 2-hatch Muta, and then it's just going to be like super standard Zerg versus Terran here.
Oh, here comes some of the Lings. Oh no, never mind. I thought he was just going to like YOLO them in and try and get some SCV kills for a second.
I mean, yeah, it's something you can do, but it's not very effective, right? Especially
it's effective if your opponent isn't paying attention.
That's true, but the Marines are right here.
That doesn't mean anything. I mean, not if they're my Marines.
Yeah, the Zerglings
They'll just look the other way. They've been paid off. Like,
Zerglings have an evolved carapace that hardened in response to blunt force trauma.
And imagine if that was an upgrade, like Zerglings got extra armor when they're at half HP or below.
That'd be an interesting upgrade. You know what, honestly, I'm surprised that isn't something that like is in StarCraft 2. Like StarCraft 2 has a lot of weird random upgrades that I'm surprised that there isn't like a thing that's like this unit's at half HP, it has twice as much armor.
What kind of upgrade, for example, do you think is random?
Neo
Steel frame?
Neo steel plating.
I think they took 2 of the I think that was the upgrade, but now it's just Neo Steel frame because they combined 2 different upgrades that are barely used. Unless it's like late game and you're a mech player or something, but.
They combined 2 upgrades that didn't get used, and it still didn't get used.
No, it still gets used, like, sometimes, but it's like, if you're playing bio, you're not gonna get a third NG bay to upgrade the building armor and extra like
bunker capacity, right?
Yeah, it's also extra planetary capacity too.
That's wild. Oh shit.
Oh, by the way, Muta's
Oh,
coming to the
shit.
main.
Muta's coming into the main. Marine's going to the third. Now, there's enough missile turrets here to like turn the Mutalist back. One falls, and there's nothing here to defend this third. Polarice is basically like calling the bluff and going, I can just kill this for free.
Free hatchery? Question mark.
No third.
No third.
Cold Wargaze in the chat says that they think about how ghosts have 4 upgrades, which damn, they do, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah. So
I know they
sight
have
range, cloak.
Wait, what?
So ghosts have sight range, cloak, personnel cloaking.
I don't think that's an upgrade anymore. The only ghosts upgrades
No,
I
in
know
Broodwar,
of.
in Broodwar.
Oh, Broodwar. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I thought you were still talking about it.
All right. Quiz time in the chat. Can you name the specific name for all of the ghost upgrades?
Nope, not even gonna try. But someone in the chat can.
Yeah, someone in the chat can try this out. If they can name all 4 of the ghost upgrades. Yeah, I mean, Polarice is in a great position though, right? Like, they're even bases against the Zerg. The Zerg is having to build 2 extra hatches in their main.
Zerg is already going to Hive though.
Yeah, but like, they don't... I mean, at what point does the Terran just get to go kill them, right? Like, the Terran getting their starport, so by the time Zerg has like Hive tech, vessels will be out and able to like irradiate the defilers.
That's true, but my rebuttal is this: Orange Cloud, pretty good.
Orange Cloud is good. Okay, so Cold Wargate's in the chat with the names of the 4 ghost upgrades. We have Looky, Sneaky, Locky, and Mobius Reactor.
Wait. Does the Mobius reactor give the ghost more energy?
I think so. God, what is the vessel energy upgrade? Because I know, is it Titan? Is it the vessel or the battle cruiser that has the Titan?
I think it's like, I think the Titan reactor is the battle cruiser. I'm not 100% sure on that though.
Okay, Polarice moving across the map has a huge army, and it's completely going away from their main so that Sirref can secure a third. This is just game, right?
Yeah, like all the Zerg stuff is out of place. He's literally just gonna kill all the Sunkens.
Oh, you hate to see the siege mode within range of the Sunken. But
doesn't matter though.
Ultras are on the way.
They're not gonna be out in time. This game.
I believe in the power of 4 Ultralists. We're just out the par. Unfortunately, Sirref does not.
Imagine if the Ultras got out though, and you plugged the wall with the medics, and just had the like you plugged the entrance with the medics,
and the Ultras are just That's the Galaxy brain play. All right, so game 1 is going to go to
Polarice.
Polarice of 2 Fact 2 Furious. Let's get game 2 loaded up here very quickly, momentarily. Create. Game 2 on. Good night. We're gonna see if Sirref can get the comeback, or if Polarice
or
is
if
gonna
he'll
say
be put to
good
rest.
night. Chris in the chat says the four ghost upgrades are increased shield, hardened Carapace, nuke range, and warp. I don't know what those aren't
Right.
ghost upgrades, but whatever unit has all of those, I want that in StarCraft.
Do you know the Ghost in SC2 has an upgrade that gives like the EMP extra range? Imagine if the Science Vessel had that upgrade.
Like it increases the
It increases the like the range you can cast EMP at. Actually, no. Actually, I think it's the EMP radius. I forget. I don't use ghosts enough, even though they're a good fucking unit and you should use them. But
they are a very good fucking unit.
At least in SC2. I know in SC1 they're good for other reasons like lockdown and stuff, but and the EMP is on the side vessel. But meh.
Man.
Meh. Meh.
Man.
Meh.
All right.
Also, Cold Warp Gate said Vessel is Titan, BC is Behemoth.
Vessel is Titan, BC is Behemoth.
For the reactors.
Like it's called a Behemoth reactor?
Yeah, the Behemoth reactor.
Huh. Well, you learn something new every day.
I don't know why. We loaded in and I was about to split the
It's force of habit.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and play our players in.
In the bottom left corner of Good Night, hoping to put his opponent to rest. For Too Fat, Too Furious, in the brown trunks, playing Terran, it's Polarice. And in the bottom right corner, hoping to give his opponent a wake-up call. Representing the 4 pool lifeguards, in the pink trunks, playing Zerg, it's Sirref.
Holy shit! Oh, it's a 4-pool.
Finally, living up to the name.
So, if anybody on this team can let me know, are all the Zergs obligated to 4-pool at least one of their game matches?
I think some people wanted to do that for week 1, where like one game they would do some like really quick cheese, like BBS or 4-pool or like proxy 2 gates or something. I don't know if like I didn't commit to doing that, but
interesting.
I think some people wanted to do that for week 1. Meanwhile, I played my game so quick, they were like, "What? How'd you play the game already?" The lineups weren't even announced, and it's like what was on the CPL site already, so...
So you're just like, hey, you want to play?
And they were like, yeah, let's play right now. So... Oh. Is he gonna head,
They're going straight left.
Right.
Dude, what a...
It's gonna fucking work. I believe.
What a
it's gonna work.
What a fucking game, dude. Like...
Listen.
my language, but like... How scammed do you think Polarice feels about this game?
I think he's gonna feel like he got drowned in the water of Zerglings heading towards his base.
Okay, first Marine comes out. Ooh, really great SCV pull there. Holy crap.
It's not good enough, I don't... Oh, maybe? More Lings are coming. There's like...
That's actually crazy how good that SCV pull was.
Think it'll be enough though? There's like... Okay, there's a bunker going down in the mineral line, and there's still 15 workers.
Oh, that Marine!
Yeah, this isn't gonna work. I wanted it to work, but... if the Marine gets to the bunker...
Yeah, he needed like another really good pattern. Marine's almost done. I mean, the Marine is gonna get to the bunker.
I mean, yeah, I didn't even realize he floated the racks for a second. Like, now he's just fine, I think. Unless he can pool enough Lings to break the bunker and then kill everything, but then I think he just... I don't know, all the Lings would die at that point.
Oh, the barracks is just barely out of range. Oh, no, it isn't. Okay.
some pullback micro, but with the lings.
Yeah, like
I don't know how you can win this as Sirref now though.
I honestly I don't either, right? Like
I think he's trying to like at least try to make some magic happen, but I don't know.
Like Polarice is just playing super like defensively, and I think this is gonna be it for Sirref, right? There's a lot of Zerglings.
He turned that stream of Zerglings into a block of ice.
Oh! Polarize.
Yeah. You know, I like how he's building the geyser with the...
oh, hold on. That's a lot of... No, there's no way that this amount of Zerglings. Like Polarize takes game 2.
Plus the SCVs are blocking pretty well. Like, they're even blocking right in front of the bunker. Which is, probably even unnecessary at this point.
Well, Sirref GG's. And that's the game. Polarice takes it 2-0.
Yeah, rip the dream.
The dream has been
it was looking strong for a moment.
And then it did not. Where is our... Okay, CPL matches. Polarice takes it 2-0 versus...
He doesn't even remember. Shake my head. It was in the name. The build happened in the... No, I'm just kidding. It's versus Sirref.
What is my... Okay. What did my pop-out chat, like, not work correctly? So strange. Alright, I'm gonna try...
You know, pop-out chat is like... Reaver... Dudding... I don't know. I don't know where it's going with this. Don't worry, forget it. Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on. Right now. We're moving on right now. Right this second.
Right now.
Right the hell now.
Right now.
You hear this piece of paper? It says right now, right on it.
That says right now on it.
Right now.
Nasal chat guy.
NASL chat guy. You know the NASL sound guy meme?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's him
Okay.
for the chat. What a strange bug.
That's what my uncle said before he got murdered by a hydralisk.
Your uncle got murdered by a hydralisk?
Could have.
You could have. It wasn't.
He might have been brutalized and then infested, but then I don't know.
Oh, okay. That explains it. Sirref versus Polarice. The scenario is unreadable because it is invalid or corrupted. Interesting. All right, our next game is gonna be Ashen versus NCX. Game 1, of course, is gonna be on Good Night. Can a high-risk commit murder?
Wait.
What?
Was Goodnight the first map?
Wait, hold on.
The first map was Sylphid this week, wasn't it?
Ashen.
This is week 1,
was. Why were these labeled wrong? Okay, well we're gonna open up the Sylphid, which is technically game 2.
But if it winds up being a 2-0, well, I guess it's not a spoiler if you go back to game 1 and that's the end of it. But...
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
Or they just played the maps in the wrong order.
Alright, let me pull up OBS.
In the bottom left corner as the pink Protoss Representing the four poolers, it's Ami's Ashen. And in the bottom, right corner of Neo Sylphid in the navy blue, it's NCX representing 2 Fact, 2 Furious. So, do you think we're going to see a 2 Fact this game?
It definitely is. I feel like we could. We might. 2-Fac is a very good build. It's one of the build, honestly. Okay. If I'm talking, like, I say this a lot, but it's like, if you're a tier 3 player.
This is tier 1 though.
Well, you know what? Hold on. If you're a tier 3 player, 2-Fac is one of those builds you can practice for for TVP, and like, it will just get you wins for free because it's really good and really hard to stop. And if you're a Protoss player, you just practice against defending 2-Facs. And you'll probably be able to win a lot of your games that end in 2-Facs. It's like Hydra Busts, you know? Like, if you're a Zerg and you're wondering how to play ZVP, just learn how to do Hydra Busts, and eventually you'll be good enough and you'll get a bunch of wins off of just Hydra Busts. And if you're Protoss, just practice defending Hydra Busts.
While you were saying all of that, I was just staring at like the 550 APM while nothing's happening. Like a probe throws down a pylon, and I'm like, how are you spamming this quickly when nothing's happening? I don't understand.
Like, no hand is on the mouse, he's just spamming the E key with 2 fingers.
Yeah. Just holding down a hotkey.
Yeah. Okay. Basic Protoss build here, scouts on core. The Terran scouted very early, I guess just to make sure he wasn't getting cheese. Builds the wall in at their base. Seems to be going alright for him.
Looks like Protoss is not opting to make like a Zealot or anything. It looks like they're just going like straight for Goon plus range as soon as they can get it. When Zealot wouldn't do much anyway, considering Terran's just walled off. So.
Yeah, I mean,
Factoring going down, and he hasn't pulled off gas, so it looks like it's going to be a 2-Fact, I think.
you found it. You're a prophet.
Yeah. I know. I'm just all seeing, all knowing. And in the end of days, the 2-Fact will be certain. I don't know.
I think Ami Ashen has like a probe in there. Yeah, they have a probe in the mineral line that isn't. Okay, I think he. No, yeah, he has two probes in his mineral line that aren't mining. Dude, these probes, they gain sentience. Oh no!
They're like, wait a
his
second.
brother was corrupted by the Matrix. No. Okay, the agent.
Also,
Smith.
there's a Citadel that's almost done.
Oh shit! Where at?
Right and below his mineral line.
Let's go. Okay, so we're going.
This
wait,
means DTs, right?
And that means Ashen is absolutely gonna win this game because DT rush hard counters 2-Fac really hard.
I also like. I thought it was gonna be 2-Fac. Still doesn't have the second factory down.
Did the SCV scout the Citadel?
I don't think it did. I wasn't paying full attention, but
he should have saw it. He died like right in the middle of the mineral line, and if the Citadel had started before he died, then he should have seen it. But he is going to be going for this 1-Fac pressure.
No, it's actually Zealot legs.
Oh.
But here's the thing: is like Ashen doesn't have a lot, and there's already like 7 Marines in a tank. and Vulture. Actually, this looks like kind of like an FD push, but
Okay.
he just forgot to take off gas, I guess, because he's got so much extra gas he can't use.
Yeah, he should have taken off gas, but
But
the push is coming.
it might be fine because Ashen does not have a lot of units. He went like super tech heavy
Then
and
super
just
gate heavy.
skimped on. Yep. Oh, I didn't even see the proxy gates. Hold on. That
Yeah.
explains a lot. That explains
Yeah,
that explains everything. But the thing is, he's got nothing at home, so like this proxy is now like gonna bite him in the ass because now he has to pull everything back to defend.
Right,
Or
and
he's just gonna lose the game.
Yeah, this feels bad for Protoss. Oh, nice mind drag. Trying to get some good mind drag, and the Zealots are kind of getting on top. All those Marines are at very low HP. The probes are pulled. All the Marines are dying.
I mean,
but 3 Zealots. It's 13 probes, the 27 SCVs. Yeah, there's no way. Unfortunately, whatever this was planned to be is not going to work. Mine explodes on all the Zealots. This mine is going to finish one of them off, basically. Oh, mine explodes takes out so many additional probes as well. Yeah, I mean, and Vultures can kite Zealots forever with the proper mine throw. So, unfortunate one probe alive.
only thing Ashen can do is counterattack, but Terran has lost a lot of units, and actually there's like a bunch of Zealots here.
Holy shit! Is this counterattack can't work, right? He just builds. Okay, 28 SCVs can fight 5 Zealots.
I don't know, man. Zealots, good unit.
Zealots.
Like,
Oh shit! The repairs. The repairs on the supply depot.
The thing is, yeah.
Oh my god, this is the fucking Metal Gear meme. Yeah, like.
Actually, no. Wait, I think you're right. Like, as long as he has this wall up, he's fine.
What a fucking what a crazy game. So with one probe, no mining minerals, like, yeah, I don't know what Ashen was trying. Like, you really just need to go 3 gates. I think getting
Honestly,
4 proxy gates? That's crazy.
Like Suricatta did this to me once, and I was going like fact expand, and it was on a map where there's like, I think it wasn't Largo, but it was Allegro, which is like this weird version of Largo. And I like, except instead of Zealots, it was just goons.
That's probably way better, to be honest.
And I just held it with a wall and like a couple siege tanks and some like, and an SCV pull.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing here as well.
Yeah, it's just held with a wall and repair.
Well,
although with goons you can actually shoot over the wall, so you know.
yeah, if you get up here, you can hit the siege tanks and stuff. So Ashen,
Yeah, because like here it's just Zealots, and it's like, well, you just repair the wall, and it's like, at least if you have goons, you can shoot over the wall.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was an interesting game 1.
Yeah.
Ashen with the very weird Zealot speed timing, but I guess 2-fact. Because I thought it was going to be fast DTs, which would hard counter 2-fact, but
I thought it was gonna be DTs too, and then the speeds, the Zealot speed started, and
I saw
then you
3 gateways go up, and I was like, okay, 3. You don't get 3 proxy gates for DTs. That's crazy. I thought it was just gonna be a fucking. You usually get 1 or 2.
I'm pretty sure there's probably someone that's done that against Artosis. I'm like 95% sure there's someone's done proxy 3 gate.
When it comes to cheesy Protoss builds, saying somebody's done that to Artosis is cheating. Okay? Okay? Yeah, game is up, by the way. Like, Artosis is a magnet to dumb Protoss cheeses that shouldn't work, and that it somehow still works.
I'm just saying, if it could probably work in CPL, you know?
Maybe. We're gonna see if it can work in our second game,
Like-
which is technically our first game.
Like if you
on-
know, if you know your opponent just gets totally thrown off by weird stuff, then you do the dumb thing or the dumb Protoss cheese.
Right?
I don't know
feel
if that applies to NCX, but
I feel like, especially against Terran players, like, maybe this is bad manners, but like, if you know your opponent gets tilted by a certain strategy, is it mean to go for the tilt-inducing strategy like game 1 just to throw them off? Like,
I mean,
is
here's
that
the thing.
rude?
If your opponent's bad against it, it's just good scouting or preparation.
That's
all
true.
it is.
That is true. We have our oh! What the
Oh,
fuck,
oh.
Ashen?
Here we go. 9-9. It's coming. Here comes the 9-9.
Oh my
So
god.
in the top right corner, we have the cheesy son of a it's Ashen for 4 poolers, 9-9ing in the middle of the map. And in the bottom left corner, we have as the Terran for 2-2 Furious NCX in the like grayish bluish.
Yeah. So Forte in the chat. If your opponent has balls, is it rude to kick them there in a fight? I mean, is the fight StarCraft? Also, the supply depot is like 2 hexes, like too far to the left to make a proper anti-zealot wall. Holy shit. This is crazy. Ashen really said, you know what? I'm waking up today, I'm choosing violence. Dude, the 4-pool lifeguards, they have some wild ass players. They have some players now.
Yeah. The probe is gonna.
Was the street gang probe from 2-2 Furious or 4-pool lifeguards?
I think Suricatta was on 2-2 Furious.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? He was a like
I lied. It wasn't. I lied. It wasn't a police raid. It was just a gang war.
It was just a gang war. We thought the 4-pool lifeguards were like, you know, they were upholding the rules of the swimming pool, of the public bath or something. And
It's
it turns
like,
out it's just an extortion racket.
Yeah, always has been.
Yeah. So I guess this is also is this an anti-zealot timing, this like supply depot, barrack supply depot? Because I've seen a lot of Terrans do this. Yeah, probe gets the scout, sees that the factory is going up. Ooh, that's really bad. You don't want to lose that first probe because that's what lets your first zealot have the maneuverability to fight the first marine. That's really unfortunate. You don't want to lose that. But oh dang, and the bunker goes up right away.
Question: if you're
zealots.
9-9ing, do you think it's better to go for the mineral line or like? Because when I cheese like this, or I send a zealot across the map, I just go for
zealot getting in the way of the marines gets no. The AI breaks up. I'm sorry, you asked a very good question, but oh my god. Alright, so I think it's more important, basically, if you're doing a 9-9, you have to do whatever lets you keep 9-9ing, which is generally killing marines. You want to get damage on the mineral line, but you need to kill marines, and you need to, like, prevent the factory from coming.
Which is what I was saying, is like, you send the first zealot to go, like, mess with the SCV at the factory.
Okay, he is getting the factory canceled, which is huge. Getting the kill on this factory is insane. Oh, okay, he's repositioning around. Okay, factory gets canceled. That looked like a cancel, not a kill. Second factory going up over here. That's still out of range of the bunker. It really needs to go down like right here. But 2 marines get killed by the zealots. The zealots are getting caught up on a very good CV pull here. But the last zealot gets toppled. 1 gets in the bunker. 1 freshly built marine gets in the bunker. But we have, oh shit, actually. Yeah, it looked like the zealot rally got scattered just a little bit. Now, the thing is, when you go 9-9, this is unfortunate for Ashen, because when you go 9-9, there is a specific way that you build the zealots and the gateways and the probes. That means that every macro cycle you're able to go zealot, zealot, probe, and then like zealot pylon. But you have to get the probe before like the first zealot is making or something like that. There's like a very specific order that makes the 9-9 like you're able to transition out of just massing zealots.
Just as long as you make a 9th probe, and then
exactly.
you go zealot, zealot, probe, zealot, zealot, probe, zealot, zealot, probe, zealot, zealot, probe.
Yeah, it's honestly, if I'm remembering right, it's like gateway, gateway, probe, zealot, probe, pylon, zealot. I think is the exact order, but now that the factory is up. Now the zealots, if one gets on the other side of the factory, they can trap the vulture, and that is what they're going to have to do. See, okay, he kind of
just kill the factory. Maybe.
And he might kill the factory. Okay, but he needs to get these zealots in position, but he's getting baited out. Okay, so see, if he had the zealot over on this other side, the vulture could get trapped right here and get taken out. But with the factory, but the factory's being repaired. And see, here's the thing, right? He hasn't been building probes behind this. He's just been going zealots. And the factory is gonna get repaired, but there's only 3 zealots, and they will get taken out by the Marines and the vulture, by the 2 vultures actually. And like, what room does Ashen have at this point, right? Like, NCX can push across the map. They can find the gateways in the middle and kill them. And like, that's gonna be it. Oh, this.
I mean, he's got a gas and a cyber, but it's probably gonna be too late. Like, especially like the vultures are just gonna get across the map, and that's gonna be like they're gonna kill all the probes, and that's it.
Yeah. So this is why, like, when you go 9-9, you build the exact order is it's pylon, gateway. It's pylon at 8, gateway at 9, probe, zealot, probe, pylon, zealot. You had. It doesn't sound like...
I'm never gonna remember that order, and nobody else is gonna remember
Nobody's
that
gonna
order.
remember that, but it is like the healthiest 9-9 you can do. Also, yeah, the game just ends here because 2 vultures.
Yeah.
That's GG. There's no way.
Or is there?
There's no way.
Or is there?
There's no way.
Or is there?
We're down to 6 probes. 5, 4, 3. 1 Dragoon is about to get back up into the main.
Is there a
See, NCX is just getting too fancy with this. He just needs to shoot the probes. Like, they can't fight. So
yeah.
0 probes, exactly 50 minerals.
50 minerals.
Behind this, NCX hasn't like macroed at all. I don't.
All right. We got 1 probe on the way. There's a chance.
There's a chance. He has to bully this vulture out of the main. Oh no. If this vulture... Okay, the vulture does die. If he kept the vulture alive to pick off the last probe, this would be game. But like... I don't know, man. Like, you just macro and the Protoss leaves. Cold War Gates. My man Simon knows a suspicious amount about 9-9. Yeah. I do. I 9-9 to like 1600 on the ladder. Okay, I know my 9-9s.
He knows his 9.
I know my 9-9s. Okay, now we have the gate, the tank, the marine pool. Like, that's game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, you can't be a real gangster unless you know your 9s.
You gotta know your 9s. Yeah.
So that's game, but the replay still goes for like another 7 minutes.
NCX. I hate this so much. NCX just in the chat being like, so do you want to do a no rush 20? He's like, yeah, let's do that. I've killed all your probes. Why would I want to win the game? Let me just build a bunker. We'll expand out.
Like he's just expecting there to be a hidden nexus somewhere with a fully saturated mineral line.
This is so dumb. Just go kill him. Just go kill him.
I think he wants to win with like style points or something. Like, I don't know, gets a bunch of psi vessels or something stupid. Or he goes straight to battle cruisers or something.
This is like every Terran player in the chat is like, damn, respect to NCX, playing honorably. And it's just like, no, this isn't playing honorably. I'm making up straw men of Terran players to fight. Just because this,
listen, like it's the
so...
TVT casts all over again.
Really? Just go kill him! There's two dragoons. I can't. I don't understand what NCX
Also,
thinks the. Like, get an academy, get scan the main. There's only 5 probes. It's not that deep. Send your Marines to go kill the gateways in the middle of the map. And
I'm pretty
they're
sure.
free. They're free. They're literally free.
I think NCX is doing this specifically to trigger.
He did, dude. NCX, like, this is why no one else has cast this group, because they were like, NCX DM'd all the other casters like, hold on, leave this one open. I just can't deal with it. Like, because Protoss players okay, listen, Protoss players never play like this. When Protoss players get into like a lead where they're slightly ahead, just like the monkey mode kicks in and they're just like, I'm gonna spam zealots and dragoons and I'm gonna keep A moving them till I win. And they usually do. I'm just saying, the Terran player should play more. Dude, he's getting a Citadel. Who's gonna get a DT up? And like,
Imagine if the game ends and he has no scans and like, well, he's got a turret up, but like, wow, he's got turrets up. He'd be fine. Never mind.
I don't. Right? It's like we know there's no way Ashen wins.
Watch it just be like zealot speed again.
Oh my god.
Suddenly, it's just like, my plan was zealots. We're gonna keep making zealot.
Okay, thank god he finally left the vulture here to kill the pylon. I'm so confused by like, send that probe. You can see he doesn't have a natural. Just has to be over. You don't have.
Honestly, literally, he could have massed vulture and like laid mines at the entrance and then re-killed all the probes again, and that would have ended the game.
Yeah. Here's the temple. He's getting a robo.
He's also laying mines around the gateways. Handle what? There's nothing to handle. The camera's not even gonna move because you're leaving, so... I also can't close the replay because, well, you're streaming it, so... Yeah. You should have, like, I don't know, right-clicked the vultures or something, so... So... Got any song requests? Yeah, he left. He left because there's like another 3 minutes in this over replay. Well, 2 minutes. Comes down to reality. Fine with me, but I let it slide. Don't care if it's Chinatown or on Riverside. I know when I'm leaving, ain't gonna waste more time. I'm in a good night state of mind. Is the DT in that shuttle? Hold on. No, he's making the DT. But what's the DT gonna do? Like, I feel like it's either the shuttle is gonna die to a turret, or he's gonna like drop the DT and it's gonna walk into a mine, and then he's gonna leave the game then. All right. First DT goes into the shuttle.
I topped off my coffee. What?
You missed 3 vultures killing both gateways and a DT going into a shuttle. That's it. But Terran is finally pushed out in front of it. Like, Terran has finally decided to try and end the game and push across the map. Just very slowly. Like, he doesn't even need to siege here. He can like, he can just A move up the ramp. He can just A move up the ramp. Like, he could send 3 vultures to that ramp and lay 3 mines on the ramp.
What a game.
I'm telling you, man, some games are literally just there to troll people who cast them, you know? Oh, there we go, GG.
That's what makes him GG. Okay.
I mean...
Well, NCX takes it, and they did a great job of, like, deflecting the Protoss cheese. So, you know, hands up, and, like, you know, good on NCX. And you know what?
Hands up. You mean hats off?
Hands on, hands clapping for NCX. And you know what? I'm gonna say I can't even be mad at it, because like every RSL game where like a player leaves early, I'm like, listen, it's better to wait and wait until you don't like until you know 100% that you're dead. Oh,
and then you start casting the TBTs, and you're like, God, end the game already.
Leave the game. I know. I'm a hypocrite, man. All right, and so that is 2 points for 2 Fact, 2 Furious. When you're down to 0 probes, might be time to self-reflect. I feel like if you get down to 0 probes and you have 50 minerals and you make the last probe, you should just take your hands off the keyboard and mouse, just put them in your lap and go, this is what I'm doing. This is where we're at right now. Anyways, our next game is going to be Cold Warp Gates versus Naka. The PVZ. PEDVZ, right? Yeah, PEDVZ.
The PVZ.
PVZ. And,
The PVZ.
PVZ.
The PVZ.
And, okay, our game is up, but Cold Warp Gates, a resident CPL caster, they do great jobs. They're going to be casting later today around 1:30, I think. I think I saw Cold Warp Gates in the chat, so maybe they can correct us if they're still sticking around. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be at 1:30 today, so tune into that. It's going to be a lot of good games played, probably, maybe.
And higher quality casting. Probably.
Yeah. You can catch that
at
over
least than me.
at twitch.tv/cold_warpgates. So go over there once this is done, probably. Alright.
In the 12 o'clock position in the orange for the 4 poolers, it's playing Protoss, it's Warp Gates. And in the bottom, right corner, the purple Zerg representing the 2 Fact, 2 Furious crew, it's Naka.
Okay, what if Naka 4 pools one of these games? Honestly, it would be the ultimate mind game, right? It's like, what's your team name? Oh, we're the 4 pool Lifeguards. Interesting. Oh shit. I forgot that there's like keyboard commands. Jesus Christ, Warp Gates!
Also, 9-9 in the middle of the map. Now, will he do your 9, the 9-9 you're talking about, where you keep making probes and zealots, or do you think he's just gonna like just make the zealot?
Oh, Warp Gates is okay. So hold on, we're gonna watch. We'll see if Warp Gates knows the 9-9 timing.
The quotation marks.
No, it is how you do 9-9. Actually,
no,
wait,
I mean
the macro. It's the macro 9-9 style. Is this team coach style? Yeah, I'm tier 2. Listen, I'm tier 2. I know what I'm talking about.
It's like, all right.
Oh,
so
also,
now you know how.
Naka wins the game. It's Hatch first. Just yeah. So Hatch first is very good against 2-gate because
Wait,
what?
I don't know. That doesn't sound intuitive because you would think it would be bad because you're not gonna get the pool out as quickly, the lings out as quickly.
So the crazy thing is that actually doesn't matter because the pool gets out regardless. Like you have the pool in time for 9-9 even if you get it second. But if you get the hatchery second, you are down essentially 3 larvae, right? So it's when your hatchery will finish, because you can see right here, right? Like the pool basically is almost done, and we only have 1 zealot marching across the map. But the hatchery is also going to finish, and that means that Naka is going to have 4 sets of zerglings instead of 3 for the first zealot. So yeah, the Naka's in a great position. Warpgates in the chat says that 11 hatch is good, but 12 hatch is a little too late. I would still disagree with that. I think most hatch first variants are still better against 2-gate than most pool first variants. So see, we have 3 zealots here, but we have, you know, 6 zerglings popping, and Naka unfortunately is not spamming zerglings. He has 2 unused larvae that need to be producing.
Also, the zerglings are split up and not exactly getting us around.
Yeah, that was really bad. But 4 more zergling eggs on the way. Drone drill could come down, and that'll really mess up the Protoss. But you see, like, Warpgates isn't getting really any damage done right now. Like, they're kind of scaring Naka.
But he is making the probes.
Yes. So behind this, Warpgates, they're doing the macro. And okay, nope, yeah. Zealots get on top of the drones. It's now 14 probes to 11 drones. Honestly, in this position, like, when the zealots get up in here, you need to get the sunken in your main, I think. Like, if you don't take a really good first engage and kill, like, 2 of the first 3 zealots, you probably do need to get that sunken here. But that's a lot of zerglings getting a nice round on the zealots, but those zealots are extremely beefy, and the drones, oh my god. So, look how low the zealot lives are. So the zealots will get cleared up, but the hatchery is now at half health, and we have more zealots on the way. Cold Warpgate's still at 14 probes. Could keep it up, but he's getting the forge at the natural to go ahead and expand. So, like, yeah, but this is, like, one of the really interesting dynamics about this match. Hangs is saying they're surprised Cold isn't blocking the natural, and the reason why they're not blocking the natural is because they got zealots up in here, right? Like, if there's if you have the sunken and there's enough, like, zerglings to bully the zealots out, then you do block the natural and just try to kill the base there. But because there wasn't any sunken, because the zealots were fighting the zerglings really well, you can just keep bullying the main here, and that leads into a win. So the worst case scenario is you still, so the worst case scenario where you don't kill the natural, you can kind of turn this into like a 1 base versus 2 base, because you get enough zealots to keep the Zerg on 2 bases, and you can kind of play that out. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be game. This is going to be GG. Yeah. I don't know why I was about to say this is going to be game.
I mean, this was game.
This was game. Cold Warpgates with the 9-9 on.
It wasn't a good game. It was game.
It was the game. All right.
So like, he's like, nah, that wasn't a good game. That was the game. That whenever I refer to it, I'm just gonna be like, you know, the game. The game.
The game. All right.
So, how do you think Warpgates keeps his you got to think like warp technology.
Shit.
So warp technology is gonna produce a lot of heat, right? Like, how do you think Warpgates keeps his Warpgates cold?
That's a good question. What's the one fucking? It's like the. He keeps it cold with ice.
He just like.
No, okay, we have confirmation in the chat. He keeps it cold with liquid cooling gamer RGB gateways.
Amazing.
My man is playing fucking caramel dancing out of his gateways.
They're just like borrowing, like they're just like Executor, our gateways keep overheating is like, it's they just stole like old Terran technology. They're like, yeah, all we needed was liquid cooling.
Why do you think the Dragoons have blue goo?
It's liquid
It's
cooling.
the liquid cooling.
It's the liquid. It's not blood. It's liquid cooling. They've got the gamer.
That gamer fuel.
They've got gamer PCs in them. Like they're being controlled. Like they've got like a USB port. Like all the goons, like they're so derpy because they're like controlling them on Xbox controllers, like plugged into a
Yes.
USB port.
It's like the half of the Zealot body just sitting in the Dragoon shell, just on Xbox controllers.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they're using N64 controllers. Let's be real.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Let's start.
For the StarCraft 64.
Yeah.
In the bottom left corner, the orange Protoss representing the four poolers, keeping his gateways cool with that liquid cooling and the gamer colors. It's Warp Gates. And in the bottom right corner, in the purple trunks, playing Zerg representing Too Fact, Too Furious, who does not have the gamer colors on his hatcheries. It's Naka.
So it is not going to be 2-gate, but it could still be 10-12-gate. I also absolutely love the implication that it's the gamer colors that cool that are the cooling element.
Well, you know, you take it both ways. Like, they're cool because they have gamer colors, and they're also cool because they have coolant.
Yeah.
Scouting in the
isn't there like an emulation or like an emulator mod of like StarCraft 64 like online multiplayer?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't actually know, but probably.
Right.
I imagine that.
I might look that up after this cast because
it's like you start playing StarCraft 64. You like I don't know.
No, it literally. I kind of just want to be like, listen, I want to play a fucking show match of StarCraft 64 against some people.
I wonder if that's even possible.
That's what I'm saying. Is I hope I know like people do like weird hacks all the time. And I wonder if there's an online multiplayer like emulator hack of 64. Dada says StarCraft 64 just has local multiplayer, but the emulator can do local multiplayer over internet. So there you go. That's
cool.
Pretty cool.
Just imagine if you set up a tournament and the tournament is StarCraft 64. And
yeah, just imagine that.
You you throw up like $50 and see if anybody shows up. Like, I don't know. Like, you put it on challenge, you advertise it in a few Broodwar discords or something.
Yeah, I mean, I would put $50 for that. Have like a 1 day like round of 8 or something of StarCraft 64.
Well, like what maps are even in StarCraft 64?
Nothing good, because I'm pretty sure it's just Blizzard maps.
And it's like, and
oh
the
come
thing
on,
is,
God! Dude, the Zealot was on top of that drone and just was like, "No, I'm not gonna do what." Ooh.
And the thing is,
Warpgate's getting aggressive, but okay, no. What are you doing, Warpgates? Warpgates, what are you doing, bro?
he's making zealots and running them as a
Dude, also, I don't know if it's on this map, but I'm pretty sure the Zealot, if he gets behind the mirror lines, he can actually hit through. Maybe.
Can?
I think he can. Like, it might not be on this map. I know that
if the Zealot believes in themselves hard enough, they can.
I know there's certain positions. Naka floating a lot of minerals here. I think they should be trying to go for a third base, but with the Forge coming up, 2 Zealots here to fully block this off. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Warpgate just immediately gets a cannon, right? How many free areas? Okay, I think it's just the one area.
I think it's just one, yeah. I think there's only one hole.
Ooh, great.
Oh.
Honestly, that zealot, zealot replacement was smooth as hell. That was really
Smooth
good.
as butter.
Smooth as butter. No, it's not that map. Oh no. Oh, that probe. Okay, yeah, that is a lot. Actually, that's a lot of Zerglings.
And they got it.
And they got in. Well,
Cannon's almost done though.
I guess we'll be heading to butter next. Also, there's 4 drones. No.
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 Oh.
Okay.
Good probe micro though.
Ooh, they get the kill on the photon cannon. Yeah. So Orchid's doing a great job of like buffering this out.
Not losing probes.
They're only two behind. Yeah, and Naka kind of isn't macroing too hard behind this, right? Like, they've been floating 500 minerals for a while now, so I think they really, like, they're finally getting expansion, but they honestly should maybe just take a 4th? I don't know.
He's going to lair, though.
He is going to lair, but he has, like, 600 minerals. Like, you might as well take a 4th, right?
Like,
or get a 4th hatchery
or
something.
Or just, I don't know, get a Hydra Den or something. Like,
yeah, okay. He is getting that 4th hatchery at his natural, so... Okay, never mind. I don't play Zerg, so I don't think about stuff like that, but that is probably better to get the 4th hatchery there. He's getting the sunken colonies to defend from the counter zealot attack.
Do you think he's going mutas? Because it doesn't look like he has any other tech on the way. It looks like it's...
Yeah, so this is... I'm pretty sure, yeah. I think Zerg is supposed to get the Hydra Den when the lair is halfway done, if they are getting, they're getting Hydras. So...
And the lair is basically done, and no Hydras.
Yeah, no Hydras, no Stargate for Warp Gates either. So no Stargate for Warp Gates. Warp Gates is going straight for just Zealot legs, Speed Zealot timing attack. But they don't have a Stargate. They have time to figure out what's going on and build cannons in their main. But if they don't have the Corsairs ready by the time the Spire comes out...
It's going Citadel and Zealot speed, though. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that Mutas will kill that.
But maybe his plan is to just, like, run Zealots at the natural and it, like, before anything shows up. I don't know.
I think the Spire will be done by then.
I mean, Zealot speed is like what, 3/4 done, and the Spire is like 2/3 done.
Yeah, and he's still getting the Hydra Den, so like he has the Sunken, the Immortal Sunken between his other buildings, so that'll defend Zealots.
But if he has the Citadel, at least he can try to go to Archives and get like Archons or something.
Okay, according to Forte, Hydra Den at halfway there is Lurker timing. Okay.
Now he has the Hydra Den. I just realized this.
Yeah, but I think that it just finished, and I think that's more for his wall in. Yeah, see, so 5 mutas immediately after the war. Oh no.
And
I think the Zerglings probably should have just killed the cannons, but with the counterattack here, I don't know if actually this might get a lot of damage done. +1 isn't quite done, but if Warp Gates is able to get into the natural, there's nothing there to defend. But the Mutas finally pop, so the Mutas can kill the Zealots. Now, the time it takes for them to kill the Zealots might be enough time for Warp Gates to get defenses back at home. He is getting cannons in his main, cannons in his natural, so he shouldn't be dead from the Mutas. But the Mutas still can kind of treat this like TVZ, do a lot of damage done. Okay, Zealots YOLOing on these drones, they get one of them, and Warp Gates is now 16 workers ahead.
Unfortunately, he wasn't looking at them, and they just like ran a path around the mineral line. Like every time the Mutas shot them, they moved, and then they went like around the top side, past the spawning pool, around the back end, and then looped up and killed a drone, and then got killed by the Mutas.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate.
Also, Mutas back in the other main.
Yeah, that's bad. Dude, and the Archon, you hate to see the Archon north to fight Mutalisks, but sometimes you do have to do it. Okay, that's a bit of an overcommitment there. unfortunately, like, you can kind of treat mutas like... Jeez, ooh, ow.
Rip. Well, a lot of the mutas died there, though. There's only, like, 2 mutas left from that
Yeah,
block.
but the Archon got an Overlord. That's tough for our Zerg player. Now they are like turbo macroing behind this, right? Like they've caught up in workers. They still have a base over their opponent, even if it is just a mineral only. Honestly, I hate this base. This mineral only base on this map, I hate it so much. I think this base is a trap and bait, and no one should ever take it.
Because it's the opposite of the polypoid base, whereas like the polypoid base, you have the high ground at least.
Yeah, it's defensible. It's like, okay, it's super easy to hold. This base is just like, it's on low ground. It has 3 ways that you have to defend, 2 of which are high ground to low ground, and it's like, no.
And there's only and there's only 5 patches.
There's 6.
No, there's 5. Is there 6?
Yeah. I think the one by Warp Gates is hidden by
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's 6 on that one, and then it looks like there's only 5 on this one.
I think it's because of like what's it called? Fog of War. We don't see the last patch.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's
slightly darker.
Yeah.
Well,
it just looks like we've seen it already, so yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, Warp Gates is in a really good position, right? Yeah, it feels like they're in a really good position. And the mutas, they can't... He built more mutas, which is unfortunate, because, like, the mutas... Like, they're not, like, ZVT mutas, where you can just keep making them and keep bullying the Terran.
Sniping Marines and whatnot.
Yeah, photon cannons are, like, insanely busted. Ooh? Oh.
I mean...
Okay. Nope. Oh!
I was gonna say, 1 storm.
Okay, two mutas for 2 High Templars, probably a good trade for the Zerg. Alright, Gateway finally is getting destroyed. And the DT is moving out to like get on the map and get the scouting in. The DT can kind of act. Love the Zerglings on the exterior maps or on the exterior bases. Like that's like literally like paying 100 minerals for perfect vision, right? It's so good.
Although a bunch of Zerglings did just throw themselves into a way into like an Archon Zealot army.
You know what? Zerglings are free.
True. It looks like he's finally gonna head out with that.
Okay, that's a lot of Hydras. How many storms do we have? We don't.
None, because they got turned into Archons.
What is this loop-de-loop? God, this is so silly.
We've got 2 High Templar on the low ground though, but no, they're nowhere near this, and they don't have the energy.
Okay, Hydras are putting up a really good fight. They'll melt through the Archon, but the Zealots are just... See, I think he needed to target down the Archon, because that Archon put out so much damage that the Zealots were taking so much from that fight. So now it looks like the
High Templar have Storm now, but he didn't even need it.
Yeah, I mean, the Dragoons can fight this off. Let's check upgrades. Zerg is at 0-0, Protoss is at 2-0, so yeah, Zerg is in a very rough position right now. And that was, like, their entire army.
Yep. And he's just going to send a second wave and hope that he busts the Protoss, it looks like, but it doesn't
It's not going to happen. Yeah.
Or he's just going to wait at the ramp in case the Protoss comes to him.
Okay, Lurkers are
No, he's
out.
marking Lurkers.
So Lurkers are the kind of unit that, like, can make miracles happen. He just has to, like, play the Observer snipe game really well.
Yeah, but even if you lose the Observer, like, as long as you have Storms, you can still storm the Lurkers, which is, like... I definitely think I saw a cast, like, not that long ago where, like, someone didn't have an Observer, but they just stormed all the Lurkers, and there was a ton of Lurkers that just died in storms.
Yeah. That's true.
Though, to be fair, they did run a bunch of zealots in, and all the zealots died to buffer for it, so...
You take what you... Zealots are free. Like, zealots don't cost anything.
Fair enough.
Like, you would
zealots
trade
don't
any amount
cost
of...
anything.
Zerglings...
Cannons are overpowered.
Units that don't cost anything are zealots, zerglings, and vultures. All of those units are free.
What about cannons?
Cannons are very expensive. Oh Jesus, that was a really good fight.
They're only minerals. They're only 50 minerals more. So is 150 minerals expensive?
Yes.
Is what it takes to go from free to expensive.
All right. Yeah. See, Naka took a really good fight, but then they overextended. Now they've lost most of their army again.
So does that mean one zealot is free, but 2 zealots are very expensive?
2 zealots are still free.
2 zealots are free, but 1 cannon is expensive.
Yes. Well, it depends on what you're building the cannon for. If the cannon is versus Mutalisks, they're kind of expensive. If you're building 10 cannons to buffer Hydralisks, you kind of are expected to do it, and it's a little free.
However, 10 zealots are free.
Yeah, 10 zealots are daps.
All right, I'm just making sure.
Workers are gonna come up and help the Hydras.
Yeah, he's got no High Templar now, and I don't see like the.
How did this happen?
Wait, he might be able to kill off the lurkers, maybe. Oh, his High Templars come down now, but they do not have energy yet.
Okay,
so
but the observers are out, so they can't see the lurkers.
Yeah. The lurkers are doing a lot of damage, though.
I think it's saved.
I don't think he'll be able to bust this, but like
it was scary.
Yeah, it was scary for Protoss for a moment.
That's a lot of observers that could have flowed into that storm. Alright, Protoss still on +2, +1 armor is researching. I think they
But there's another wave of Hydras coming, and he does not have a lot of units left to defend. There is this High Templar with
he has enough. With the Zealots are a Dragoon mix, that's enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, and the drones are coming. So you might build a hatchery out.
What I was gonna say is, he's got the battle drones. He's got the battle drones coming.
Yep. A DT sneaks out to go get some map damage. Oh, okay. Well, the reinforcement zealot, I don't know where Workgates' macro is. He has so many gateways, and like he just keeps having no units.
Just a moment ago.
Strange.
Okay, I think he shouldn't have morphed a High Templar into an Archon, because just a moment ago he had a High Templar with Storm, and then a High Templar without Storm, and he morphed them into an Archon, and the Archon died. I think if he had a Storm, like, the Hydras would already be dead before the next reinforcements came.
Yeah, and he does.
And he might have saved more units.
He does have the Kaidaran Amulet, so these High Templar will have Storm extremely quickly. But they're
Not
rallying
enough,
down
apparently.
into the high. Dude, this is such a
This
weird game.
one just got stormed. Like the other two died before they got stormed, but this one just got stormed, and it stormed one Hydra.
Yeah, like honestly, just keep making zealots, right? The zealots will kill the Hydras. Don't build.
Yeah.
Just keep making zealots. Like as long as there aren't lurkers mixed in here, you can keep making zealots and be fine. You don't need dragoons at all.
In a whole, but like I think he lost quite a few probes there, didn't he?
He's still 8 ahead though.
True, but you don't need drones. That's a fact.
That's true.
You don't need drones. You don't need supply. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Just saying.
The probe died again. So if a lurker comes up, okay. There is ADT. Yeah, and he's even working a lurker because he knows he got the observer.
He's also morphing the lurker on a super low Hydra. It's like
that's crazy. And he's not gonna get punished for it either. Wow. Also, like, if he kills this Overlord, 1 DT protects him forever, right? There's no other Overlords across the map there.
Yes.
Oh, but a huge round of lurkers are coming up. So he's gonna have to get Storm to mix in. One lurker already finished.
These lurkers aren't going up fast enough, I don't think.
No, but the Hydras are spamming down the DT. He did have an observer, but he got killed again. DT gets taken out. Lurkers morph, but they burrow before they are able to get taken out.
Yeah, he doesn't have an observer. You gotta wait. Actually, you could just take these out the moment this High Templar is Storm, if they don't move.
Yes. I think this is so hard to tell, right? Because every time I've said I think Warp Gates holds, he somehow loses everything to these Hydras.
Well, yeah, and it's like every time he actually does hold, more Hydras appear.
Yeah. Alright, so the Observer is out, and he still has to play the game, he still has to keep this Observer alive. Storm goes down, it doesn't really hit anything, so Naka's doing a great job of microing away from it.
Hydra defense, the mini game.
Ooh, there's a Storm High Templar on the high ground, so if Naka jumps in too far, it can storm the Hydras.
There we
Storm
go.
comes down, zones them out, but again, like what happened to the Dragoon count? There's like 10 Dragoons here.
Also, he made like 5 High Templar, and there's not many other like supporting. Well, there's not many units.
And we have to note that Warp Gates is out of minerals in his main. He's almost out of minerals in his nat. He only has 1 mining base, and he's just gonna like barely get this second one finished up. And Naka is like sitting pretty on like really 3 bases, only 2 of which are only starting to mine out. So, like, I don't. Oh, duplicated storms,
Oh, no.
wasted. You hate to see it. Yeah, like.
I feel like that Archon's gonna get sniped. No, never mind.
No, I think he's buying enough space. It's just he doesn't have. He has energy for I think 1 storm. Yeah, he has 1 storm left. No, 2 storms because of the high ground High Templar. Ooh, very nice storm there. Very nice storm. He just needs like 1 more right here to take out these lurkers.
Also, his natural just mined out.
Yep. So he's only on 1 mining base. He's getting his 3rd, but I think he's
getting
very
a
lucky.
4th,
He's getting. I'm sorry. He's
effectively-
getting his 2nd effectively.
Effectively, yeah. But I think.
Ooh, storm on the lurker. It just needs that one. It just needs that 1 dragoon shot to kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's, and honestly, like he has to break this contain, or get.
Also, the
levers,
Zerg
or
is like the Zerg is still only on 0-1, and the Protoss is on 2-1, or at
about
least
to
2
be 2-2
tag
as
1.
well.
Actually, what's the correct order to refer to the upgrades in?
I always do attack armor.
Yeah, because it's not listed that way, but that's the way you think about it, right? Because that's the way I think. So I guess I should have said 1-0 for the Zerg, but you know. There's a DT swiping at something somewhere. Yeah, I can hear the sound.
Yeah,
I
but he
don't.
is gonna get caught by the.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I don't know how this game like plays. Like I just don't know. Like I don't know. It feels like if Cold Warp Gates can just break out. It's so many observers. That's so much gas in observers.
Honestly, I think like as time goes on, it should get better for Cold Warp Gates because Naka stayed on the same drone count for a long time.
Okay, the lurkers are gone. The lurkers are gone. That's huge. No, the observers are moving out right into the middle of the Hydras. He's gonna lose every single observer.
Yeah, I think as long as Cold Warp Gates can
Holy
keep
shit, he's done it.
expanding.
What?
Yeah,
How did he break out?
units and storms, then thinned out Hydra count.
Oh my god. Yeah, see,
like-
this is why you have to macro behind this stuff. Naka has the resources to have gone up. He got up to Hive and was getting defilers, but he had the resources to take his 5th and his 6th base.
Yeah. I think
And, like-
Cold, now that Warp Gates has just held the constant onslaught of Hydras, he's just in a good spot because
Yeah.
he's got better upgrades. He's got Storm, he's got Archons, he's finally got his mining bases up. Like as long as he can hold these bases, and doesn't I don't think he needs to worry about another lurker contain or the Hydra bust again.
Yeah.
And he's I know Zerg doesn't need a lot of supply, but he's really far ahead on supply at this point.
Yeah, Zerg needs more than half the opponent's supply. Cold Warp Gates played that super well, I have to say. Like the patience the calculation on display of just holding back.
The gamer, the coolant fueled gateways that were constantly pumping, you know.
Yeah, like we talk about his warp gates, but really he himself is liquid cooled.
Yeah.
Ice cold with that hold. Yeah,
too hot to handle, too cold to hold back.
Yeah.
Do you think he could actually just push the Zerg at this point, or not?
Yeah, he definitely could. A 50 supply Zerg, yeah. You can push that. You can kind of, well, it actually depends. Yeah, no, if he brought all the Zealots and High Templar that he has in his natural that aren't on a hotkey, he would be able to push across. But with just the one hotkey of Dragoons and High Templar, it's not possible.
He's finally bringing the Archons from his natural. Yeah. But he stormed some of his own Zealots.
Is he though?
Oh,
I'm looking at the natural right now.
No, he brought 3 Archons that were in the natural, but everything else was like made afterwards.
Yeah, he's kind of.
He also accidentally like stormed some of his own Zealots.
Yeah. Wonder if he'll go carriers.
Also, Orange Cloud going down up at the top left to take out all the cannons. And now there's like 3 Zerglings in the main. It doesn't look like he has any plans to go carriers anytime soon. Because he's just making extra gateways.
People in the chat asking if the replay is bugged. I don't think it is.
Wait, why would the replay be bugged?
Because of how the natural looks. Like, there's like a million units like caught up behind here. And Zerg is AFK. Oh yeah, Zerg APM is slowly dropping. Oh, replay did in fact bug. We'll rehost and we'll start off. Just see. No, he's.
No, because cold warp gates is still. I don't know how the bug works, honestly. How exactly does the replay bug work?
So what it does is it desyncs the actions with the timing of the replay. So like so like if you might do an A move, but because replays work by a computer just literally playing back every action that the human did. So like this is like the CPUs are playing against each other in replays, just copying whatever actions the humans did. And so the replay bug happens when the CPU like accidentally does like 1 or 2 actions different, and then it tries to recopy all the old actions, and they don't work because it's clicking on the wrong things. Stuff like that.
Okay. And what effectively happens is like all the units just go AFK.
Cold Warp Gates is saying that. Oh, Cold Warp Gates is the person saying that the replay is bugged because they said that they were in the replay, so they know. So we'll rehost and hopefully it'll fix itself. Let us go to that splash screen. Yeah. Fast forward to 27 minutes. Data saying it's called a desync and it's caused by the RNG being off. Alright, we're gonna skip to about 26, I think. Do you want to reintroduce our players?
Do you want me to? Well, okay, good, because you already skipped forward.
Alright. Oh, well. Well, that attack now looks much greater for Gates. Oh, Oh, Dark Swarm on the expansion. Okay.
Yeah. And we watched this play out already. 3 Lings wind up harassing the mineral line, and then there they are. And then the Defiler just walks to the corner and hides.
My overlay is still up. Shit. I am a good caster.
Can we get some claps in the chat for Scimo?
Give us. Yeah. +3 is about to finish. I don't think it ever started in the decent game. DT's out. Naka getting their 5th base.
So,
thank you.
In the bottom left and top left corners, we have warp gates in the orange. In the bottom right and almost top right corners, we have Naka. Anyway, you didn't want me to do it, but you asked, so I did it.
We did it.
You didn't want me to do it. There you go.
I mean, this just seems like I think Warp Gates is just gonna win.
Yeah, pretty much.
Once you're like relying on the cracklings and you have Archons, that's not good. You need the Ultralisks to also buffer them.
I mean, hey, he's got 4 farty snakes, you know?
The farty snakes.
The farty snakes.
Fartosis.
Actually, what are the names? What's the name of that like dinosaur with the really long head? That was like a herbivore or something. That's what the Hydras remind me of.
The Brontosaurus.
Might have been the Brontosaurus. It kind of has like a, I don't know, eggplant-shaped head. I want to say.
Sue the dinosaur.
Sue the dinosaur. Is that from like what's that cartoon?
No, it's back in the early 2000s or late 90s or whatever. They found a giant dinosaur. Like it was like the most complete dinosaur fossil that they've ever found because it was like a full dinosaur. So they called it Sue.
Sue the dinosaur. But did it have like an eggplant-shaped head?
No. I think it was like a T-Rex or something.
Oh, okay.
When I was like a kid, I had like, I don't know, it was like a dinosaur. Naka leaves the game, Cold War Base takes it 2-0.
GG.
GG's.
It looks like Sue the dinosaur wins this one.
Looks like Sue gets it. Let's go to our splash screen.
Whew.
And that was our penultimate match, with Cold Warp Gates getting it 2-0 over Naka. And that means that we are tied up 2-2 between 4 Pool Lifeguards and 2 Fact 2 Furious. I did not plan it out like this, I promise. It is time
That's exactly what someone who rigged a bunch of matches would say.
It is. It is time for Balance versus ash-ZakRoM. Now, which of these players? I know one of our players is called Balance, but I think it's time for them to throw things off balance.
Off balance.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Time for them to get that 3-2 win. Balance is the person who they did some art for the CPL that was very good. They did the team reveal stream like background art. It's very cool. Let's go and switch over to the game. Cold Wargate says, for the record, Naka said GG in the chat after. And I'm going to choose to believe that because everyone in CPL is a polite, well-mannered, honorable individual.
Man, all of those things you just said that also should apply to me is not true.
Yeah, well, you're race picking. Like you're mirror match race picking this season, so you're just a freak.
By the way, the dinosaur I was thinking of was the Parasaurolophus. Apparently,
What?
the Parasaurolophus.
Okay. Hell, it's
it's
not the
quite-
Allosaurus.
No, it's not quite an eggplant-shaped head. It's like got this like. It's almost like it's got goat horns, except if it wasn't horns and it was just like an extension off the back of its head. It's like like, you know what? I should just like send you a picture of the dinosaur. Anyway,
you should
in
just send me-
the 12 o'clock, we have
That honestly-
not the Pokemon. In the purple as the purple Protoss, it's ZakRoM
That's
and
not
not
how they spell
ZakRoM.
ZakRoM in Pokemon.
That's why I said he's not the
Fool.
Pokemon.
The coach.
I said he's
What is
not
this? The
the
Coach
Pokemon.
Pokemon League?
I'm just saying he's not the Pokemon is what I said. Because it's ZakRoM instead of ZekRoM. Anyway, in the bottom left corner, totally throwing this out of balance because yes, it's balance representing. I think he's representing our team.
It's a 9 pool.
It's a 9 pool.
It's a 9 pool.
Get him
No.
off our team.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Way older, my.
It's not a 4 pool. It's a 9 pool. Like, get out of here.
Get
Like,
out of here.
off the team.
Not. We only
The
do
Korean
4 pools.
mechanics can have you.
No. We don't.
What do you mean no?
We don't. We actually we might need them. We lost a bunch of tier 3s. We only have like 7 tier 3 players.
Wait, is this? I thought this was tier 1 though.
This is tier 1, but I mean you can play tier 3. It's fine. It's an emergency.
I
How did
don't think that's how that works. I think you're.
character? Are you a big dinosaur fan?
Why do you ask?
How do you feel about feathers?
Eh.
Like are you pro dinosaur feathers or anti dinosaur feathers?
Anti-dinosaur
You're
feathers.
anti dinosaur.
Yeah, they're better with the scales, man.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Imagine if Zerg had feathers. Like, how would you feel about like feathers on Zerg? Listen, Hydralisks would look like big chickens.
See,
Okay.
here's the problem. No, that's fair, dude. Honestly, actually, chicken hydralisk sounds kind of fucking hilarious.
Yeah, imagine like a skin for Zerg where they all have feathers and you just have chicken Hydralisks.
Yes. Are you okay? You sold me. I was about to be like, that's bad, and then it's like, no, that sounds amazing. So you can see that this was pool first.
I might have to change my argument on dinosaur feathers and also Zerg feathers.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Pro
Question: Do mutas have feathers, or are they like they have wings? They're scaly. They're more like
bats. Yeah.
They're more like bats, yeah. But like, imagine if they had feathers. How?
I mean, I can dig it. Shit. The micro here on display. Oh, get that. Oh, this early solo's close.
He's gonna the zealot. Get the zealot. It's
Oh,
good.
It's
regenerating shields. It's regenerating shields.
Oh,
They got it.
They got him.
They got it in the end.
Listen,
these Zerglings are no chickens.
Okay, he did force a lot of Zerglings from the Zerg, though. It's a 5-worker difference this early. The second base is up already. Like, that's really good for ZakRoM.
Actually, you know what would look the goofiest? Feathered overlords.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think it'd look pretty goofy. You'd
Okay,
see, like,
I mean, they
things, like-
already look goofy because they have, like, a platypus tail. Like, what is this?
I always thought of them as like udders.
Those are the Overlord udders?
Listen, where do you think Overlord milk comes from? Listen, creep is just Overlord milk, okay?
Oh, God.
Change my mind.
You just unleashed a world of horror on me.
Listen, in
I
StarCraft,
could see the Overlord having, like, a plumage.
Overlords can dump creep in SC2, so like if you think about it, maybe like creep is just Overlord milk.
Oh, how did the Zerglings get in? That's crazy.
I don't know, but they're gonna get some probes, man.
3 Zerglings getting good scouting. They got 1 probe, so it's kind of already worth it. Like,
Yeah, this is like the Alpha Squadron of Zerglings.
yeah. Who would leave? They're just like, who would leave these probes out in the open? That's just sloppy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What Protoss would leave these probes out here?
Okay,
like,
okay. So Zerg with feathers, kind of weird. Oh my God, they're still here.
Yeah, they're getting kills, man. They actually got quite a few probe kills.
That's crazy. Okay, but Protoss with feathers.
Oh well, that's just I
Like, okay,
I mean,
okay, right? But like they already have like the hair, like the nerve cords. Now imagine if like along the elongated head they had like fucking plumage, right? Like, come on, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of badass.
I don't know, man. I cannot imagine like you see like this being with glowing orange or like blue eyes, and then they just have feathers all the way around it, like
reddish orange feathers, like kind of like not all the way around it, but just like along the sides and the top, like a little plumage. I don't know.
I think
It's
it
getting
would
grown.
but
You know what? You're just a hater.
you know what? That's fair. I am a hater.
Jesus Christ, that was a lot of damage for 4 zealots.
What do you mean? 4 zealots are imba?
Why do people even play other races? This is insane.
I know, right? Zerglings are gonna win in the end, though, just at a large cost.
Yeah, but now there's a Corsair coming out ready to scout. Aspire is done, so we are seeing Scourge pop. But the Corsair's gonna see the Spire. He might dip down and see the 3rd as well.
But anyway, like I don't know, the whole Protoss with feathers thing kind of weirds me out because it's even though they're alien, they're still more humanoid than like. It feels like they're closer to humanoid than they are to like the bugs that are the Zerg. So it feels like you're having an alien. Imagine you take like a Star Trek race, where like they look mostly human, but you just stick feathers on them. Like,
well, I mean,
imagine.
Isn't that how most Star Trek races went when they went from the from the classic show to the next generation? They were like, wait a minute, what if we actually made these look like aliens? Ooh. Okay,
I mean, sure, but I don't think there were any with like feathers. I think feathers is a bit of a stretch. Like, yeah, like imagine Quark with feathers, or like I don't know, what other name are the I forgot the name of the alien, those aliens.
This is Skeksis Erasure. Even though it's not even Star Trek, but it is still Skeksis Erasure. Like, rah. Dark crystal looking off. So the cast is just a discussion about feathers. Look, you got 4 good matches out of us, okay?
I cannot remember the name. I should know the name of like that really it's the orange guys, the really greedy guys with big heads. They're
the Ferengi?
Ferengi, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. The Ferengi, yeah. Yeah, it's like imagine Ferengi but with feathers. It's like it feels weird. Like that's how I would feel about like the Protoss with feathers, essentially.
Yeah, but Protoss don't have mouths.
What does that have to do with having feathers?
I mean, not necessarily inherently anything, but like think about it.
Does not compute like a system.
I think it's the mouths that make the feathers weird. Like I feel like if you have beaks, it's fine, right? Because that's not really a mouth. And so if you have no mouth,
It is a mouth, though. Like,
yeah, but if you have no mouth, it's closer to a beak than it is to a human mouth.
Okay. I don't agree.
Because it's like there's no lips, right?
I still do, I
And
don't
so
know
a
how
beak is a mouth
there's
with no
any more or
lips,
less.
and that's one step closer.
Well, okay. Well, imagine like a beakless chicken. Like, imagine the
Okay.
horror of like.
Honestly, it
That was
just
just
looks
like
like a
horrifying.
Protoss with feathers. You're selling
I don't know, man.
like a beakless chicken. You just give that motherfucker legs and arms, and it's like, oh damn, Entaro Adun, my executor.
God, the Protoss have been hiding among us the entire time.
Haha.
They've been putting fake beaks on, like, pretending to be chickens.
Exactly.
Like the chickens are actually us just like slaughtering like Protoss that have been like
It's like the dolphins in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. When the Zerg come to invade, they're all gonna leave. Have you know Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where all the dolphins are like a sentient alien race that are trying?
I actually do not know about
Okay.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You
So-
can fill me in.
In Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, meanwhile, ZakRoM is go. It looks like they're positioning to take their third. Balance is taking their fourth. We've had some back and forth trades from between Zealots and stuff, but now we're going to evolve more into a regular mid game. But in Hitchhiker's
I
Guide to
didn't
the
know
Galaxy,
ZakRoM was in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the planet Earth is like set to be demolished by like an intergalactic like fucking government agency. And so dolphins are actually an alien race that came to Earth to warn humans about it, but their only methods of communication were doing like theme park tricks and like jumping through hoops and like you know all the dolphin squeaks and stuff. And so right before the Earth is like destroyed by the space government, all the dolphins just leave Earth and fly up into the air, and they leave one message, which is so long and thanks for all the fish.
Alright then.
Anyways, ZakRoM moving across the map has a good mix of Zealots and High Templar, a couple of Dragoons. No lurkers have come out yet from ZakRoM, but you know it's good to have these on hand.
And I think those tigers are gonna say thanks for all the chickens, the featherless chickens.
Escalade. This is like the first 10 minutes of the movie. You can go watch it. It's still good. Also, you can read the books. The books are fucking hilarious. If you want to be a turbo nerd about it.
Also, how old is the movie?
Shit. It's at least 10 years old at this point. I watched it when I was.
Okay, then who cares about it if you spoil it? Like, come on,
That's true.
it's like saying it's like spoiling like the plot of like I don't know. It's like spoiling the plot of Airplane or something. It's like I don't think anybody should care.
You can't be serious about spoiling the plot of Airplane.
Surely you can't be. Don't call me Shirley.
I am serious.
Good luck. We're all counting on you. Probably. Alright, another engagement going down in the middle.
Yep. ZakRoM doing good work baiting the Protoss around while they're like macroing up behind it. However, ZakRoM's going up to 4 bases, and I don't think Balance is positioning themselves to take 5th quite yet, and that will favor the Protoss to be even bases to the Zerg. Lurkers on the high ground will make this base basically unkillable. Yeah. I feel like right now, this area right here is the weakest point. And ZakRoM's doing a good job of just rotating their army around to like just not over-engage in any one place and just looking for the weakest point.
Yeah. It's like poking around, looking for the soft underbelly of the Zerg to slice open with his side blades.
Balance in the chat says that this was a painful game, and I'm not sure if they're talking about actually playing it or the casting of.
I think he's referring to the game, but you know,
Yeah.
you could say that the casting was painful
I mean, look,
which is my fault, but
it would give them extra balance.
yeah.
What if StarCraft 3 comes out and they add like 3 new races and one of them is bird people?
Well, actually, have you heard of the Scion custom races mod?
I know that there's a bunch of custom.
So,
races mods.
yeah, okay, so, there's this map maker for SC2 named Solstice, and he made like 3 new races for StarCraft like over time, and they're kind of based off of they're sort of based off of like Zerg, Protoss, and Terran, but like with completely different units. Like the Genetron is like Terran if like their machines were like fully automated and with like completely new units, and then there's like a different race of bugs called like the Zayd, or however you say it.
ZakRoM's asking to see the upgrades. The upgrades are 2-1 for Protoss, 1-1 for Zerg. About to be 3-2 and 2-2.
And then there was a third race that was like kind of based off of Protoss, which is actually probably the most unique race in terms of like different looking units, like from like original units. I can't remember the name of like the Protoss like race, but there's that. But like it's probably the most unique one. Because like none of the units really look like Protoss units, but you can tell it's kind of based off of it. Anyway, okay. Back to the game.
Man, imagine if an Arbiter recalled the Zerg race. You know what? I think Arbiters are underrated in PvZ.
You know what? You might be right. But what if there were 40 Lurkanoes?
You can't shoot things if they're invisible.
Yeah.
Alright, this base
you
is
just gotta remember that.
Balance is getting a 5th base up, though. Looks like
how often do you see recall in PvZ? Is it just not used that often, like ever?
Yeah.
You know, I think you might be right. Like, but then again, I could see why you wouldn't recall in PvZ, because the whole point, like, is you're getting on top of like the production, whereas like Zerg's production is spread out between a bunch of bases.
Yeah, but resetting tech is huge.
Yeah, you can reset tech, but like, wouldn't you just like rather commit like a shuttle and then just like, I don't know.
Storm.
I guess you can't really reset tech with like a shuttle's worth of units.
Yeah.
But I think like you can at least like fly shuttles around and get a ton of drone damage.
I don't think this base will get broken because of the Zergling reinforcements. I don't know. It looks like the Zerglings don't. Yeah, they don't have attack speed.
It's also a very, like, you would have to recall quite a few units just to reset the tech, and like maybe, like, it's a big commitment to do, I think.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like you just treat it like you do in PvT, where you just recall like a bunch of zealots and marines and then remake them immediately, like turbo late game if the map is split or something.
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Could be interesting.
I'm not good at the games. I don't know.
I also think just being able to permacloak all your units is insane. Just because
also,
like
2-2, and but Zerg also has like overlords, and like where are most of them gonna be chilling? Probably near your main, right? Like.
Right. So keeping arbiters with your armies is still pretty good. Yeah, so balance is now on 4 bases. ZakRoM is still securing their 5th. It looks like balance is going to go and try and break either this high ground here or the middle 3rd. Really good engagement here from balance. Pulling the Protoss back, but I think the Protoss just has too much muscle. Yeah, that's a lot of lurkers just getting taken out one by one.
And there's a lot of like spread out lurkers. He's finally like moving something to help with this. But he might just be able to take him out. Like, storms that one. Yeah, he.
Yeah, I mean, he has zealots on top of lurkers out here, even though they're getting shredded.
Well, here it's more like zealots are running through them, and the spines are just killing the zealots. But hey, they ran through. Some of them got through.
But he's like remaxing. He's still getting his 5th base up and running.
Also, like that High Templar just walked by a bunch of Hydras, and the Hydras just let it go scot-free.
He was the chosen one. Yeah, ZakRoM
no,
getting a 6th base.
They were like, hey, you're cool. Psych.
Could run zealots up here, get a High Templar there, and storm the line.
I think he's about to try and get a storm off on these. Or no, it's a miss rally. Never mind. And then it dies to a lurker.
It looks like balance is going to cancel this 6th base. But they're still only on 4, and they're running out of minerals fast. Yeah, they had the pull workers, so they weren't even mining. So they've only been mining off of 1 base, whereas ZakRoM has been getting a bunch of extra income. Yeah, see, balance is moving in to take out this advanced force of Hydralisks. Cannon's going down. Okay, shuttle is out.
There is like a flanking force, but it's like way too late. And they're just gonna die.
Yeah, there's 2 Templar with Storm, and then you get sniped off. Drone gets killed, and then they'll just retreat and kill the flank. Oh yeah, ZakRoM just throwing a ton of cannons down. Really, and that's what you do.
And honestly, like.
This is looking close to game.
Yeah, ZakRoM's, or sorry, not ZakRoM, Balance's base is like close to mining, like 3rd base is close to mining out. He's really only at like, part of like a lot of this base is about to mine out. His 4th too. He doesn't really have another base up.
Yeah.
Protoss just has way more supply. Is about to be on 3-4 mining bases, like
20 Zerglings in production, and that's kind of how you can tell that a Zerg is about to die, is when they're just make Zerglings, and then it just doesn't work out. Yeah, their A moved on to Nexus, but the cannons will kill them.
Not ideal.
Not ideal.
It looks like ZakRoM's gonna close this out, and we're probably gonna see GG any second now from Balance. Listen, man, if they were feathered Zerg, maybe they would have been better.
They'd move faster, they'd be in position.
Everyone knows animals with feathers just move faster, duh.
Yeah.
If you look at the land speed records, like, well, look at the air speed records, like, birds, feathers, no, just...
Land speed record, I'm pretty sure still is, like, what?
Well, for animals, I mean, yeah.
I mean, how fast can emus run? Fast enough to defeat the Australian military is how fast.
Alright, hold on. Emu speed 50 kilometers an hour.
How much? Okay, now, what is that compared to like a cheetah?
Cheetah speed 80 to 130 kilometers an hour.
So just staple 2 emus together. That's unfair because cheetahs have twice as many legs.
Staple 2 emus.
Staple 2 emos to an emu. Alright. GG's to both our players. Let's get into our second game on Good Night 1.31 of our last match of the day.
However, a peregrine falcon can go like 390 kilometers an hour. So I'm just saying, like, you know.
Oh, great. Okay.
You're probably right. Balance.
Game is up.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, dude. I am so glad that, like, I'm pretty sure this happens too early in the morning for, like, I guess Nablime catches the very beginning, but, like, Nablime doesn't catch the later part of the stream, and so I'm so glad that, like, Nablime and Say Zero and all of them don't, like, see this half of the stream, because Jesus Christ. I'd be like, hey guys, I want to cast some games, they'd just be like, do you?
It's like quick, Nablime's gone. now we can get to the real cast.
Yeah. Oh shit. In the top right corner of Goodnight, we have Balance _ Starcraft as the whitish tannish Zerg. Yeah, this is like tan, right?
Yeah, it's tan, I think.
It's the tan color.
Or like beige or whatever.
And who's our
And
other
in the
player?
bottom, right corner in the purple, it's ZakRoM.
Yeah. Goodnight is an interesting map.
What is it that makes it interesting, aside from the oh-so-hated low-ground mineral base that you talk about?
Well, it's basically like a better version of Revolver, so...
What is it a worse version of?
Circuit Breaker.
Okay, gotcha. Although Circuit Breaker's like mirrored symmetry, whereas this is rotational.
Yeah, those are words that I don't really understand, but yeah.
You don't understand rotational symmetry? Rotational symmetry is like, listen,
Oh god.
Polypoid, like maps like Polypoid or like Fighting Spirit are rotational symmetry, whereas like Circuit Breakers is mirrored. Like the x-axis and the y-axis are mirrored. Whereas like rotational is you take one part of the map, you rotate each corner.
Okay, I got you. I just, in my head, it was just playing like fucking like elevator music when it happened.
Yeah. He's like, rotational symmetry, what's this nerd talking about?
I was like hearing elevator music and like Jeopardy music of just like, well, let me explain rotational symmetry, and just I had him just hear like,
Do 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 do.
Oh, ZakRoM gets up into the base unseen. He could, dude. Honestly, imagine if the probe went around the dark side of the creep and built a pylon right here in this corner. How great would that be? Man,
you'd have to make like a meme edit of it where it's just like plain smooth criminal, and it's like when it throws down the pylon, it like the probe turns, it goes ow. It does like the Michael Jackson like.
I hate this. Also, that poor probe died immediately. It didn't get any scouting done. That's very unfortunate. As a Protoss, you hate to see it happen because you have to send out the second probe to get the scout.
I wasn't paying attention. He went hatch first, right? Or no, he went 12 pool, right? This was like 12 pool, 11 hatch, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was something like
that. It looks like it was something like based off of the timing. I think it's 12 pool, 11 hatch, but I could be wrong.
The third base going down.
Yeah,
Balance in the chat says that they went overpool both games. They're pretty sure. We'll Balance. Were they on hold command?
Is what on hold position?
There are 2 Zerglings in the natural, and the probe just walked right by them, and they didn't aggro to it.
Well, the probe just said, "This is not the this is not the probe you're looking
Oh
for."
my god, turn
Nothing
the
to
screen
see here.
off. Balance. Oh, I'm so sorry, Balance.
Also, the probe's still like looking around first, like the probe's still like going through the base and just
Yeah.
gonna see the Hydra Den.
Yeah, so that's really good info for ZakRoM, not seeing that there isn't a lair coming up quite yet. That's kind of like the trigger. It's like, okay, we're doing Hydras here. He knows there's a third, and so really what he's going to be looking for is he's going to be trying to count drones, and then just see what the Hydra timings are.
Right. Oh, looks like these Zerglings are gonna catch the Zealot out.
That's really bad. That's actually
Yeah.
terrible. Well,
Yeah,
Zel's going to try to...
no, it's just gonna die. The Zealot was a pacifist, unfortunately. Also, that probe gets out. It just gets out, like, unnoticed. And I think he's gonna go check the third.
Yeah, I mean, again, great scouting information, right? Because he knows that the layer still isn't done. He's getting the Stargate just in case he's gonna misread something. But like,
other Hydras going down. Is this like 973?
I think someone in the chat mentioned that it looked like 973, and it definitely does kind of feel like that.
Does that only refer to the drones on minerals?
Yes.
So, how many gases do you need for a 973? You just take all 3?
I think
2?
you just do 1. Yeah, I think you do the 1 in the
Okay.
main. Because it is just spamming Hydras.
So 7 and 3 is 10, 19, 22 for the extra 3 on gas. That would make it 973. Yeah. So you only need 22 drones, which he has. So that would make this 973, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but ZakRoM has responded really well with the cannons at the natural. He's got a couple here to defend already. He does need to get High Templar out, though, because it does seem like Balance is taking his time. He's just going to snipe off the gateway and the forge.
Also, it looks, because he focused the gateway first, actually the forge isn't gonna get +1, never mind.
No, he needs to dive the forge. I'm gonna have this one highlighted. He just needs to dive the forge. It's so close, he can't actually take it. But Zealot's too forward to try and defend it. I think the Hydras might get the forge.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get the forge
No
just
way.
before.
No way.
Oh, it's so close though.
Is there a Zealot somewhere? I honestly cannot tell.
It.
Did he get the refund?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think he did not get the refund.
Oh my god.
Because it was building when it died. I didn't see it cancel.
He got it, no cancel? Yeah, but he got it, but like, what if it finished?
Yeah.
Balance says they got it.
They got +1 before it finished?
They got... Oh, yep, wait.
Or he killed the +1 before.
Oh, ZakRoM is saying it didn't finish. Okay, never mind. I was like, who's saying he got it? And it's like, oh, it's the person in the game. Second gas coming up, lair on the way. Oh, Corsair
flying around.
Get the overlords. He's not gonna get the overlords. Well, High Templars are out. Storm is just about done, so he shouldn't be able to do the bust. Kind of?
Man, these Hydras are like, yo, Overlord, don't tell command, we're just chilling.
Yeah, they're like, you're cool, right? You're cool. We just wanna sit there. Balance, cerebrate balance might send us into the wall of photon cams. Just let's chill, okay?
Let's just think about this for a second.
Let's calm down. Calm down. What are we doing? Well, we're macroing up, getting lurkers, which is good play. No Spire on the way, which I guess you don't need to get because ZakRoM isn't getting a bunch of Corsairs. Because like if the Protoss, I think like you have to get a Spire to get Scourge if the Protoss is going like super heavy on Corsairs, but
Yeah. He's getting lurker aspect, so I think he's. You think he's just gonna try and like lurker bust this? Or, like,
I think so. Oh, he trapped his goons. Oh.
Classic mistake, and by classic I mean I've totally done the same thing plenty of times.
Dude, it's crazy that this gateway is powered by this pylon. It's nuts.
Yeah, it could be powered by G Fuel.
Oh, G Fuel sponsor CPL. We need the money. Go donate to the Ko-fi links.
Oh, I forgot about the Ko-fi links, honestly.
Yeah.
I forgot that was a thing.
There's the Ko-fi links. There's, I don't know. I think there's other places you can donate to the CPL. Because I mean, honestly, this season has been great. They've really kicked it into overdrive. Like the website has been insane for like setting stuff up. It's like been super convenient. So like yeah. Like obviously, you know, the CPL staff does this, you know, out of their love for the game, out of love for the community, but it does, you know, take up a lot of time, and especially, dude, Y2Kid with the website, like, full on, like, doing, like, an actual real job's worth of work on that to get it working, and that's, like, just out of love of the community. So honestly, like, you know, donating to the CPL so they can kind of, like, get a little bit back, that's crazy. Alright, ZakRoM moving out has a huge goon count, which is like, you know, good at this point, right? Because balance is morphing into lurkers. There's a huge goon count, has a huge goon count, has a bunch of zealots, a couple zealots. High Templar coming out, he's just spamming zealots out, so we're doing good so far. ZakRoM is going to want to be, actually I think ZakRoM might just be trying to bust something here, right? He has a pretty serious army.
Yeah. And there's only 2 lurkers at the natural. Like, I think he could just storm into the natural.
Like, the army supply is like, the supply is even, but ZakRoM has about like 10 more army supply than his opponent because of the lurker difference.
And like, there's like lurkers like spread out at the other bases.
Ooh, the observer gets taken out though. The observer that was, oh, that was a lot of hydras. That was a crazy amount. Reinforcements. But
he has 4 High Templars in storm.
that's
Like
true.
he could walk in here and like he wouldn't even need to storm the mineral line, but he could.
Hydras get a snipe on one of the High Templar, but the storm goes down. There are no more lurkers with the army. Another storm, huge storm on the Hydras. Lurker eggs do happen. Let's see some storm on these eggs. Oh! Oh!
Man, you just went into fanboy mode. Like,
which one? This High Templar right here, Sir Storm Egg. Oh yeah, that's it. He's gonna be able to get into this natural huge storm line.
I also just realized there were more lurkers hiding behind those overlords.
Oh, that is very funny. But like, storms go down, the natural gets busted. I mean, balance isn't dead.
No, but his tech could be in danger if he doesn't like get enough units to like clear this out. Actually,
balance
no,
he's dead though.
I don't know. He might be dead. This is a pretty big Protoss army, and it's like you have to wait for all your reinforcements.
Yeah, you reinforce, like, the tech dies and you have to rebuild it, wait for it to rebuild, and that meanwhile they just kill your base and go to your next most vulnerable thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's probably dead.
Cold Warp Gates says, by the way, when you're done, raid me, but Cold Warp Gates, we are done. Are you about
Was
to
that the
start?
last game?
That was our last match. ZakRoM with the 2-0 is
GG.
going to put this in the favor of 2Fact, 2 Furious with the 3-2 of Tier 1. That's a really close tier.
Oh.
That's a super
No.
close tier. So congratulations to
Yeah.
Suricatta, Polarice, NCX, Naka, and ZakRoM for like making up the winning tier 1 of this match. But also congratulations to Kanzaki Renko, Sirref, Ami, Ashen, Cold, Warp Gates, and Balance for showing us some extremely entertaining games. Now, if you are like, guys, listen, these were some good StarCraft games, but like, I don't know if I'm ready to stop watching StarCraft right now. You know, it's a Saturday, we're having a great time. Well, do I have great news for you? Because over on twitch.tv/cold_warpgates, you
can watch the man with the RGB color gateways.
Yeah. Dude, he just got a 2-0, so like he knows what he's talking about when he's casting games. Yeah. Even though I disagree with like everything he says when it comes to playing Protoss. I was watching his cast the other day, and then like every call he was being like, "Oh yeah, Protoss should probably do this." I was like, I disagree. But he's tier 1 and I'm tier 2, so we should probably listen to him.
Damn, you're just roasting him right here.
Yeah, I mean, I go mind control in PvP, so maybe I shouldn't be responsible for anything. But that cast will be like underway soon. I'm just making sure you know what? Okay, he is live, so we're gonna send everybody over there. So go over there, enjoy some StarCraft. Is it even worth a raid? It is worth a raid because he's still a very good caster, even if he doesn't know how to play Protoss correctly. So we're gonna send y'all over there. I think that was the right. Yeah, that was the right person. So go over there, watch more StarCraft. Thanks for watching. We're gonna be back tomorrow morning with more games from this same match. Goodbye.